What's going on, everyone? Welcome to yet another Warski Live. How you all doing? Hope you're all doing great. As you can see, fixed up the studio a little bit, just a little smidgen. And of course, co-hosting as usual is JF. What's going on, JF?
Andy, I'm doing wonderful. I can't wait for the show tonight.
Wait.
What? What?
Oh!
Oh!
Yeah. That's
This
tasty.
is what I like.
That's a tasty background. We got the red instead of the gray because I'm like blood sport. I have some more coming tomorrow to fill out the rest of that side, and it looks a lot better than the last show. No, last show was.
This is what I like
horrible.
about you, Andy. I think globally, but you think locally.
Exactly. That's how I roll. And I want to say, I'm sure a lot of people watching right now watched the Medicare video about internet blood sports. It was pretty much about our show, Tonka's show, and Bait Alaska's show in particular, and all the criticisms. And Medicare went after all the criticisms. It was a really fucking awesome video. And I just want to say, because a lot of people, the criticisms are, they say we don't change the world enough. But we do change the world, right, JF?
Oh, I think we do. I think that we're raising an intellectual army that is able to catch fallacies like professional baseball players.
I mean, people keep saying, Spring. Okay, this is like Springer if everyone went to school on the panel. Like if they weren't all trailer. Yeah. This is Springer if they weren't all fucking just trailer trash, fucking midgets fucking their mothers and shit. Andrew Wilson threw $50 immediately to say, "Let the blood gods be appeased." And yeah, that was the main thing. So everyone should go watch that Medicare video. And if you enjoy the show, remember to hit like. Everyone toss in that like it right there. It will help us out a lot. And maybe, actually, just before we continue with the actual topic at hand, on Tuesday PM, yeah, just PM Tuesday, somewhere along 12 and 12. No, I'm kidding. 7 p.m., Tuesday, 7 p.m., we have an anti-blood sportser.
Oh my God.
An
blood sport, an anti-blood sportser?
Yeah, we are doing blood sports
with
an anti-blood sportser. I'm going to try and get... Yeah, I want to see if we can get some more anti-blood sportsers on. That would be beautiful. For ironically blood sports. That's going to be Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we have a nice show. Yes. Spencer and JF versus V and Arch.
Oh my God, what a crazy week.
Oh, guys, I don't even want to... Yeah, I can't even tell the rest of the week because you're all going to blow your loads in the chat. And we don't want that. We want to keep you all clean for the show today.
What's amazing is that we have this crazy week after tonight's episode, which itself is pretty intense.
Yeah. Oh, yes, exactly. And you, JF, man, you started this. This was like a fucking U-turn on your part. So I talked to JF on Twitter saying, yo, Joy Sparkles wants to hop on. And at first, JF wanted to battle Joy Sparkles. So I
didn't say battle, I would say. I said I would like to question her. And I think that I made an error here because in French, question just means I want to interview her. I want to ask her stuff. But then you go on Twitter in the public space and you said Jeff wants to battle her. There's going to be blood.
And I was like, I don't know who this motherfucker is. What are you talking about? I've never talked to this dude. What's his issue with me? I was like, is there's another fucking person starting shit? The hell's going on?
I read the word question like the word cunt. I'm like, oh, yo, Joey called you cunt. This is crazy. So I promote this on Twitter as JF wants blood. He's going to rip. And then JF messages me in the morning. He's like, yo, I've been doing tons of research. I'm on her side on this. Anyway, without further ado, Joy Sparkles, what's going on?
Hi, dolls.
How you doing? How you been since your absence on YouTube?
I mean, I've been good. I'm just trying to get better, but I want to explain something to people because this really pisses me off. I'll try to save my anger for when the little ass shits come on. But what's pissed me off is I've had, since the Daddy 05 situation, there has been nonstop harassment, slander, doxing, threats, SWAT attempts, threats at it. And it's not just me. There are people where my boyfriend has been doxed, his work has been called, they have put out and said, call and get him fired. Hipster Gaming, who's a YouTuber, very critical of me. We met because he thought I was scamming people for money out of donations. Looked into it, because these are lies that are put out, saw it wasn't true, said it's not true, she's actually a decent person. His work got called. Geekthulhu stood up for me. He got doxed. They took down his Twitter. They took down videos. Like, it's been crazy what has been going on, and I deleted my channel because of the harassment October 7th. Why is this still going on? So the reason I came back is because until I can start working again and get better and make money and legally tear into every one of these motherfuckers, and don't think I won't, because don't play me, little shits, I'm going to go ahead and stand up for myself and put the evidence out. And what the evidence is going to show is that what it seems is happening from me sitting down, Chambers and I, Chambers of the Heart, who was in the Daddy 05 situation, we sat down and made peace. Geekthulhu helped facilitate that. I'm very appreciative. We saw she was playing us both. She would lie to each of us.
Joy, before we start this, I know you're excited. I'm excited too. A lot of the audience has no idea what's happening here.
Oh shit! How do you even?
That's where I start my job as a co-host. That's where Papa JF interviews. Yeah. And if they want to dox me, go ahead and dox me, bitches. I've already doxed myself. My name is Jean-François Garrier-P.
Wait.
All sorts of women who are pissed against me. Are you going to get into my past and ask them?
You're going to dox them? What about swan him?
And so that's why I'm the right guy to come to see when you are in her situation.
Please,
so
Jeff.
I've been making research.
Jeff, you missed my joke. I said,
what was your joke?
Him? How about swan him?
Swan him?
Like
well, it's a bad joke, Andy. Really, it's a bad joke.
I want to slam the brakes on the show for a second.
Did you say you were a professional comedian before?
No, I didn't. I said I did stand up.
You tried.
Yeah, I tried. They didn't pay me that great.
All right.
Here's drink tickets, Andy. Thank you.
Andy, 24 hours ago, when you contacted me and said Joy Sparkle will be on the show, I didn't know who Joy Sparkle was. And so I had 24 hours to figure out all of her life and debunk all of her critiques. And I've done so. For the last 24 hours, I've been consulting the Internet archives, and I found a case that is absolutely fascinating. What we have today is something I've never seen before in terms of defamatory and harassment campaign.
Thank you.
So, also, before you start your synopsis there, I did speak to you, JF, about having one of the detractors on who's DMing me right now.
Get that little shit on here.
Hey, and with JF wants to unpack this slowly, all right? And you had some criticisms on his part, and that this show might turn into a spiraling down.
It's going to.
Fest.
It's going to.
So you know what? We'll do one at a time. So Nick Monroe, I know people want blood now, but we have to unpack this slowly. So Nick Monroe, just stay on standby, all right?
Okay. So this case finds its root in a story that occurred about half a year ago, where there was, this is what they call the Daddy 05 situation. It's been covered by Philip DeFranco, and it's been covered by Joy Sparkle BS, who's with us today. People started noticing that Joy was making a lot of videos about this situation, which is not bad in and of itself, but she started getting harassed about this. And in that harassment campaign, there were several defamatory claims that were made against her, and today we will debunk all of these claims. The people involved are first and foremost Nick Monroe, who has a blog, and Nick Monroe himself, with his article on her, contributed to the videos that were then made by Mr. Rebzion, and to some extent to some tweets made by Mundane Matt. So we're going to look especially today at the article and especially at the false claims that are in it. And I will tell you, I've measured the impact of this story on social media, and we're talking about 20 million impressions in tweets, in views, in clicks of people who have been exposed to the lies that were told about Joy. We are talking about a massive campaign of defamation, one of the biggest in the entire history of the internet. So let's start with Nick Monroe's article. Nick Monroe's article is a typical like lolcow type or 4chan smearing article where they collect information and they misinterpret it in all possible ways to disadvantage the target of the harassment, in this case, Joy Sparkle BS. The article is based on loose wording, taking false allegations made by a guy named Philip Schlischer, I wouldn't know how to pronounce his name, and taking these allegations as truth that Joy is some sort of flyer. There's lots of report by people around Joy that she would have lied, but there is no proof. There is no, like, what did she lie about? And so I will discard simply the vast majority of this article by saying, I won't believe an old friend who's pissed off at her saying she lied, and not being explained, not being able to explain why did she lie. So the vast majority of that article, I strike it immediately. Now there are two major claims then that we need to examine. It's claims that are based around Based Mama, claiming on Twitter that some of Joy's actions were illegal in the obtention of documents that come from a court. These claims are absolutely erroneous legally. The evidence points toward the fact that Joy has not acted illegally in the manipulation of documents that she had obtained from the Daddy 05 case. Joy has committed no violation of court orders, no violation of gag orders, and the article contains all the information that's needed to take this conclusion. So my conclusion on that part of Nick Monroe's article is that it has to be a malicious smearing, because Nick Monroe knew at the time of writing that article that Joy did not violate a gag order, yet at many points in that article, he attributes her illegal and criminal guilt for her actions. Joy did not publish any of the information she has obtained from that court. Therefore, her obtaining the information was absolutely legal and in violation of no court order. And for many months now, she's been assumed to have been committing illegal acts, both based on Based Mama claims and Nick Monroe's claim in the article.
God damn. Two things, Jeff. And yeah. So that has happened. There's two things. Geekthulhu wants to hop on. He's been involved in this entire situation and has been backing up Joy. He's also one of the victims of the doxing for helping out Joy. So I can invite him in. Also, right. I wasn't really thinking when we were working on the background, but someone on Twitter did bring this up. Maybe I should have rethought the color scheme of my show. Who tweeted this? Adam Warski is a YouTuber now, apparently, who tweeted out that the color scheme ain't probably the best choice. But anyway, go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
So I have about 5 minutes of comment to do then on the Mr. Rebzion video about her, because Nick Monroe, as far as I'm concerned, and Joy has been facing this guy on the committee, and Jesus Christ, I've never seen a blood sport of that kind by a female. I mean, we've had Annika O'Brien on Rouge V, but this performance on the committee was spectacular. She totally owned him. He doesn't know where his claims come from. He cannot back his stuff at all.
Wait, Keemstar wants to come in.
Get him. Get Keemstar. Let's get Keem. What's up, Keem?
What the fuck? You just tweeted me. I want in.
Oh well, Tommy C has been screaming. He's got such big connections, and he's gonna go after me with them. So please, and he kept saying he's gonna get Keemstar. And I've been talking to a person that works with Keemstar, and he keeps telling me they're like, we know the situation. We think Tommy's full of shit, and Nick Monroe's a piece of shit. And they're laughing with me about it in the background. They were not going to cover it, and I don't blame them. This is a dead story. I wouldn't ask them to. So he's, by all means, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's bring him in. If you guys want, it's your show.
He's following me too. You know what, Keem? We'll get to you when we get to you. No, I'm just talking.
Yeah, Keem, you're not that important. You need to wait, Keem.
I'm just fucking with Keem. That's pretty cool. I'll throw you a message when JF has finished this grand introduction from all his hard work. This show just took an interesting turn. I was, by the way, Jeff, just so you know, shitting on Tommy C for about 10 minutes on Kumite earlier because he's like, I don't want a scream fest with, a Banshee scream fest with Joy. I'm like, you call her out every single day and you yell about her all the time. So why don't you challenge her? And he goes, I don't want to. And his entire show is based upon yelling at people, right?
It's awesome.
And then you don't want to yell. And by the way, today, man, fucking Joy, you made my dick hard with your blood sports today. You ripped out Monday and Matt, fucking Repsion, everyone within like 5 minutes.
We're going to.
I stood up and applauded. I was like, God damn, the blood's down there. Anyway.
And you know what? I'm not done. Let's get every one of those little cocksuckers in here, and we'll make it a fucking series until I disappear off the internet. Let's get the fucking, you want to talk some shit? I'm going to show the world who you are, you little motherfuckers.
All right,
Back down.
I'm going to send Geek the link, and then I'll send Keemstar the link. But JF, continue on your magical journey.
So we're done with Nick Monroe, totally malicious guy. On the committee, has shown himself to be a sociopath, as far as I'm concerned. Very uncaring of the damage that his claim of illegal activity had done on Joy. He laughed when you guys talked about babies dying, actual young kids dying. It was very stunning to see how he did not care about hurting people through his work. So I put him in the sewer of the internet, and I'm forgetting about this guy's existence for now. Let's talk about Mr. Rebzion's video. There are 10 claims total that I've identified from his video, which all constitute smearing and in some case suggestions of illegal activity on the part of Joy Sparkle, which to my views looks like defamation, legal defamation. So the first claim he does in his video is the same that Nick Monroe had done. So he suggests that having the information from the court case for Joy was maybe an illegal act. He says maybe an illegal or maybe a legal act. Let me clear this up. It was absolutely legal to obtain court documents for Joy. There was no order keeping her from doing so. So first claim, barred. Second claim that Mr. Rebzions does is he claims that Joy has contradicted herself as to the medication that she's been using for a case of neck tumor that she had. It was a non-cancerous tumor. He claims that at one point she said she used herb, and at another point, herbs and garlics, and at another point she claims she used hydrogen peroxide or something. There was no contradiction in Joy's statement, because if you listen carefully to when she describes her hydrogen peroxide or something medication, she clearly says the word herb, and she adds at the end medicinal ingredients. And so it's clear that she does not make the distinction between her herb and garlic traditional medicine and hydrogen peroxide system. It's the same thing. Mr. Rebzion detected a contradiction where there was none. Mr. Rebzion then claims that she at one point claimed to have a neck tumor, and at another point she claimed to have an abscess on the neck, and he thinks that she contradicted herself. She did not contradict herself. It is very common for non-medically informed people to talk of something both as a tumor and an abscess, and the reality is that most tumors can be surrounded by abscess. What we call the tumor is the little spot of cells that are multiplying, and what we call the abscess is the surrounding matter, tissue, that is inflamed by the tumor. So there's no contradiction there. Mr. Rebzion treats this as Joy lying or Joy contradicting herself. it is not the case. Now we fall into the scientific claims of Mr. Rebzion, and this is quite hilarious because Mr. Rebzion's laugh about a claim that Joy Sparkle made, where she claimed, we're all being exposed to radiation. We're all somewhat mutants. And Mr. Rebzion says, I don't even know where to begin with that one. I verified the claims. The claim of Joy Sparkle about us having mutations as humans is true. And yes, they are often due to radiation.
And real
Mr.
fast,
Rebzion, yeah.
Fucking Keemstar just threw us $50. We appreciate that, Keemstar.
Thank you, Keem.
I have him on standby. I will read super chats in a little bit. We have Geekthulhu here, who is the one who exposed Mr. Repsion for taking the information that JF is currently talking about from a wizard.
Thank you, Geek. Thank you.
Geek. And then we're going to get Mr. Keemstar in here in a couple minutes. Continue your story. Sorry for interrupting my life.
So on the question of mutations, Mr. Rebzion, you idiot. You ridiculed yourself on the public space. You laugh about a statement that is true. Yeah, we're all mutants. Most of us will have a few dozen mutations in our life that we will pass on to our children. That's how it works. And that's why we evolve, by the way. All right. Now, Mr. Rebzion claims that Joy Sparkle has made up her claim that in the past she has suffered from copper toxicity. Now, how does Mr. Rebzion claims that Joy Sparkle lied about this? Well, he says that she should have copper rings around her eyes. That is not true. That is not a direct consequence of copper toxicity. Mr. Rebzion mixed up two different diseases. One is copper toxicity. One is Wilson's disease. Wilson's disease happens to be linked to copper toxicity. But even if we were to grant that Joy had Wilson's disease, that wouldn't apply as a thought experiment because only 40 to 70% of people with Wilson's disease have copper rings around their eyes.
Thank you.
So not everyone who has this problem have copper rings. So we should not expect Joy to necessarily have copper rings. And now Mr. Rebzion makes a second claim that is false about the disease that Joy suffered from. He says that there is no evidence that intrauterine device, which is a device that Joy was wearing and that presumably caused her copper toxicity problems. He says that there's no evidence linking this to increase in blood copper levels and copper toxicity. That is false. I have a study here that I can give the link to Andy so you can put in the description of the video. IUDs that are worn by females are associated with a twofold increase of blood copper levels. It's a study that was done by 86 subjects. It's a peer-reviewed study, very solid. And so yes, technically wearing these devices could increase your threshold to a point where you reach copper toxicity. It's not been traditionally associated with a known effect of copper toxicity, but it's absolutely possible as an hypothesis. He then claims that a third false medical claim. He says that it's impossible that Joy could have suffered from copper toxicity because she was given pregabalin as a medication later in life for her fibromyalgia problem. Pregabalin is Lyrica. It is a medication that calms down the brain, if you will. It shuts down some synapses, mostly the glutamatergic ones. He claims that we would never give Lyrica to someone who has suffered from copper toxicity. This claim is false. I have actually an article here which finds that this medication actually protects the brain from copper toxicity effect. That's all I could find in terms of link between this medication and copper toxicity. And so in the worst case scenario, what this medication does is protect the brain from copper toxicity. And since Joy was finished with her copper toxicity problem and she was now suffering from a new disorder, it is absolutely possible that our medical doctor decided to give her this medicine. It totally makes sense medically and scientifically. All right. we have 3 more claims and we're done.
Okay.
Mr. Rebzion suggests that there is a contradiction between the fact that Joy has filed for bankruptcy in her life and that she has also purchased a car. That is not a contradiction. It is not a problem. People who file for bankruptcy, they can continue their life. They have to survive. They have to live, and they have to drive to work or to their home. And so it is not a contradiction to say that you can file for bankruptcy and yet drive a car. All right. Now, there are loose arguments by Repzion. I will skip them because they are semantic arguments where Rebzion claims that she falsely claimed that he had demanded that he had offered her a private conversation. I listened to the audio. It's Mr. Rebzion says, come to me. Come to me to talk to me. And she interpreted this as a private conversation. I think it's a reasonable interpretation. Again, the claim of Mr. Rebzion that she lied about his statement is absolutely unsupported. And finally, the final claim is that Joy Sparkle has tweeted one day that Mr. Rebzion had committed insurance fraud. She suggested that in a tweet. And Mr. Rebzion claims that Joy Sparkle there committed defamation because he says he never committed insurance fraud. However, 1 minute after stating this, Mr. Rebzion recognizes what he did. He recognizes all the facts that are required to demonstrate that he did, in fact, have the intent at some point or express the intent to commit insurance fraud in one of his videos. Rebzion admits that he has purchased life insurance with the intent of dying, and that if he had continued his suicidal plan, technically he would have committed insurance fraud. So he was in the process of committing insurance fraud, and the statement by Joy Sparkle is supported by evidence. It is not defamatory. It is true. He was in the process of committing insurance fraud. So this ends the entire set of claims that we find both in the Nick Monroe article and the Rebzion video, which have been exposed through retweets and discussions and comments on the internet to, I personally estimate, more than 20 million people or clicks or individual computers. And Joy has been living in a form of terror for the last 6 months, being harassed for claims that are absolutely untrue.
And for anyone who just joined us, JF just went through the entire story of everything that's happened to Joy. And remember to hit like to help support the show. Thank you everyone for watching. And also on top of Mr. Repzion's video, the lies he made and the unfound claims. And also he was using information. She used to be like very, hippie, very like, oh, I believe in like magical, but this was like years ago from a forum. And he was using that forum post as if it's her current belief, which is not, right, Joy?
A lot of that is not my current belief. I have been very open that I still have a lot of weird beliefs. I still believe aliens exist, and I want to meet one. I don't know if they do. I think I've seen UFOs. I have no evidence. So I don't want to get it wrong.
But like praying to and an angel cures cancer, like stuff like that.
Oh, for fuck's okay. So, this pisses me off. This last round of getting sick, which when you guys are ready, I can show you everybody here my medical records, so I can back up even further. I used to have. Let me be open. I used to have a belief you can cure anything through meditation. I really did. This is years ago, right? So I'm not gonna lie. This last round of being sick, no amount of prayer, meditation, or herbs has touched what's going on with me. So the last 5 years have humbled me to that. I now realize there are some things you can't fix. And you can't fix everything just by getting in the right energetic state or changing your mind. So that's actually part of me being sick was going, a lot of this is horse shit. So just want to be clear.
And also the thing was, Geek, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, I just want to come out and I want to admit that at the age of 4 years old, I believed in Santa Claus. Please do not let that cloud anything else that I've said.
Okay, Rep's going to start working on your video. Real fast, Keemstar was only able to hop in for a few. He wants to throw some people under the bus. What's up, Keemstar?
Hi, Keem. Nice to meet you.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
Hi, Keem. Nice to meet you. Haven't talked to you before.
Yeah,
it's nice to meet you too, Joy. I just want to say a few things. First of all, Mr. Repzion should not speak on this matter whatsoever. All right. The fact that this guy somehow has an interest in children and protecting children is ridiculous. A few years ago, Repzion said that my daughter at the time, which was, I believe, 6 or 7, is going to grow up to be a prostitute.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he since apologized for those comments. But the somehow that this guy has the well-being of children or whatever is just absolutely ridiculous.
No, he never apologized. You were on Failure's stream, and he said, I said it, I'm not sorry I said it, but it was a joke. But he never, like, truly apologized.
Yeah, great joke.
Yeah.
You know, the Daddy 05, maybe that was a joke too, you know? Like, is this a double standard? Also, Mr. Tommy C is a complete fraud. All right, this guy is just so.
Thank you.
I yelled about him for 10 minutes today.
I yelled about him for a half hour. Keem, he was saying that, like, he's gonna get you. And I have one of your staff members I talked to who were like, he's so full of shit, we can't stand him. Like, you guys know what's going on.
First of all, anybody that ever goes on his show, all right, it doesn't matter who it is, the first thing that comes out of this fraud's mouth is, I'm a huge fan. Big fan, big fan. Oh, you're a big fan of literally anyone that's willing to talk to you, really? Like, it makes no sense. Like, he's just a complete fraud. And that guy, the fact that he has some type of, like, moral compass and he's worried about these kids and all this stuff, that guy spread this rumor that I have kilos of coke in my house, all right? Oh, and that I'm going to die of a heart attack and that he's going to move in and raise my kid.
Oh, my God.
And on top of it, if this guy lives...
I have seen your Twitter videos. You are on a high level of energy. So he might be on to something.
In the alt-right, we call this the cuckold fantasy.
It's called Code Keem G Fuel. Try it. It's good.
What a fucking piece of shit show.
Yo, throw me 5. Actually, you did donate. Never mind. That's for the sponsor there.
And another thing, all right, Tommy C. When I met this guy, all right, this is a 40-year-old man who's unemployed. Now, I'm sorry, all right? I understand people come on hard times and whatnot. But if you're a man, your job is to provide for your family, period, all right? I had to give this loser, all right, $700 to take care of his own goddamn kids. So if Tommy C, you care about kids so much, go get a goddamn job.
Yes.
All right? Your wife is working, taking care of your kids, and you're on the internet sitting here doing your little show and fuck Joy Sparkles and fuck Keemstar and fuck all this other people to get $5 here, $2 there. That's ridiculous. Man the fuck up, all right? If you can make a living doing YouTube, that's fine, all right? But I did the first year and a half of YouTube making no money, working at an attorney's office, and I didn't like attempt to do this until I was making a steady $5,000 a month. All right. So look if you care about kids so much, Tommy C, take care of your own goddamn kids and get a fucking job. Now, here's another thing. All right.
How did this happen?
Here's another thing. The Joy Sparkles thing. You know, you made a lot of videos. All right. And you made so many videos every day that, you know, obviously, you know, people could criticize that maybe you were milking the situation. But these people went above and beyond, all right? Tommy C, Mr. Repzion, they seen that she was getting criticism for that, so they jumped on top of it and just started lying and exaggerating everything, and she's crazy, and she's this, and she's that. You know, these guys are frauds. They saw a little bit of hate, all right? And they exploited that to try to get those fans on their side. So, you know what? I just want to say, Mr. Repzion, Tommy C, complete frauds. By the way, before I go, Mr. Repzion is selling pictures of his feet to make it on YouTube.
And his underwear.
And his underwear that he wears for 2 weeks straight.
I'm sorry, but these people are peasants, bro. Like, maybe that's why you suggested, you know, that my daughter would be a prostitute because, you know, that's what you wanted to do, you know? And then that's what you ended up doing, Mr. Repzion, selling your underwear and foot pictures. These people they don't deserve respect, and they don't deserve to have their opinions even listened to because they are weasels and they are frauds. The Nick guy, I think that he had good intentions, all right?
No.
And I think he got carried away.
You don't have good intentions and don't approach the subject of your story and ask them for a fucking interview. That's what happens when you make a hit piece.
I've talked to him privately. I think that he honestly had good intentions, but I think he got carried away with the story. I think
we're going to have him on in a bit. I'm going to send him the link. I can send it to him now. Do you want me to, JF?
Like you.
I gotta take off, but I gotta take off, guys.
You, man.
Thank you so much for having me on. But just like, if we could just like, just set this out there, all right? So to be known as 100% like fact. Tommy C doesn't care about his own goddamn kids. What makes you think he cares about the Daddy 05 kids? All right. And Mr. Repsion sells underwear and foot pictures. All right. These are the people in this debate. And they're calling Joy crazy.
Well, I found it funny. I found it funny just real fast. I found it funny how he's just like, oh, okay. Bye, Keem. I found it funny how he went on to say that Joy Sparkles, she doesn't care about the kids. I care about the kids. And then he did exactly what he was accusing her of doing, which is exploit the situation for, not even exploit, just talk about the situation that is harming the kids.
He used the kids as a shield, and I posted a little segment of a video where he said he hates moral grandstanding, and and I linked that to his Twitter video. He's yet to get back to me on that.
I love it, and I want to say this too because there's a big misconception. And Andy, if there's any way through your contacts you could help me with this, when I deleted my YouTube channel. Because when I say new to YouTube, there's still things I didn't know how they worked. I thought in my AdSense, I would have access to my analytics. I didn't know they disappeared. Every ounce of money I made during those videos, I gave to Rose, and people are screaming, I'm a con artist and a fraud because that didn't happen. I have the analytics for Pinklebow. I'm happy to throw those up. And Andy, I have tried going to YouTube. YouTube and Trusted Flagger have both said they're gone. If you have any contacts that could help me get a hold of them, I am willing to show them because I'm done being slandered. These people that I don't think donated a penny, who act like they care so much, come after me for having the lawyer and Rose herself request to work with me. Rose spoke with me for months privately I didn't talk about. She asked, I helped her try to get an apartment. Every week there was a tweet, or not a tweet, there was a message. Oh my God, I'm gonna be homeless. Help me, Joy, help me, give me money, fundraise. And all while she's going to Based Mama and saying that Joy's harassing me just to play us off each other. So if there's any way you can help me get those analytics, I'm willing to show them because I'm done being called a fraud. And if there are any lawyers listening who would love to help me, because I'm serious, Repsion, this is a message for you. I'm not going to tell you to come on here anymore. I'm not going to tell you to face me. We are going to face one another in court because you need to grow up. You need to understand you can't talk shit and ruin somebody's life and not have repercussions. And from the sound of it, you don't even know what bankruptcy means, do you? Well, maybe if I interact with you in court, you'll understand what that definition means, and you're going to learn to get your facts straight. Joy Sparkle BS is my email if anybody wants to contact me.
Fucking Repsion is getting shit on, and he deserves it. A well-deserved shitting. Am I right, Geek? Geek?
Geek. Well, Geek seems
I'm
to
sorry, I muted my mic. I'm a dum. But hopefully that welder's money that he's working on will help pay his court costs. I mean, it's such a lucrative career to be a welder. I mean, so surely he'll have no problem showing up in court.
Hello.
Okay, wait, hang on, real fast. So we got Jeff. Did you hear about the wizard at all?
My bitch is here, Nick Monroe. How you doing?
Oh boy, hang on. Jeff, did you hear about the... Whoa, guys, just real fast. All I do is 2 seconds. JF, did you hear about the wizard?
I don't know what's a wizard, no?
Okay, you know what a wizard? You know who fires magic?
By the way, Andy, I don't want us to invite Keemstar anymore, okay? Because I saw someone in the Warski Ghetto ask, "Who's the French guy?" Clearly, we're dragging an audience that doesn't know that I'm the co-host. This is way too broad.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So just real fast, you mind if I just pound through a couple super chats?
Go for it, man.
No, shut up, Andy. Being rude.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. Okay. Luke Play 69, $5. Red and Black. Andy is a Georgia Bulldogs fan, confirmed. Elsie's a vampire because blood sports. Also, hello, Andy and JF. Super Gato Satsu, $5. Hey, Andy. What's it like being the Dragon Ball Z of YouTube? It's fucking awesome. That's a great one, actually. Andrew M, $2. Mute yourself, Andy. Ban. Do I ban this guy? Okay, report. No, I'm joking. Optus Maximus, $5. You guys are far more chill than Springer. Plus, the average IQ level of your guest is probably at least double his. Also, this is hilarious. This is only a test. $5. Thank you, Matthew Ladowick. $2. Anarcho Communist. Red and Black. Andy Fa Warski. Eric Hammer. Actually, it also is the same colors as the Nazi flag. Anyway.
Mr. Adam Vasky is a very good boy. He represents our country very.
And last one for now, Eric Hammer, $5. These assholes better fucking deliver tonight. The Marine Corps gods demand blood. Just two more. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2. Who cares? All right. Gabriel Lopez, 10R. Thank you very much. Someone call and check if her boyfriend is in the basement and dead for 3 years. Call out on Joy. Her boyfriend maybe have been murdered and down in her basement for 3 years. We'll do okay. Before we do the wizard stuff, because that stuff's hilarious, Geek. I can't wait for you to talk about that. But Nick Monroe was DMing me. Why did you let Keemstar on before me? I was in line.
I want to take that back.
You better, because you're bad.
You're nobody. You're no one, Nick, and you're a little lying pussy. That's why. Back down, bitch.
I'm gonna put it out there that I got invited before Keemstar.
No, it's just that Keemstar said he only had a few minutes. That's why.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I mean, Broski covered me at the end, unlike Mr. Cold and Unforgiving JF here.
Hey, GarageBand does not get Metallica does not open for GarageBand. I'm just saying.
That's right,
understand
Nick.
this.
All right. So you said that apparently JF has made some claims against you that are either incorrect or exaggerated.
Holy hell! I'm not a serial killer, dude.
Then
I didn't
you
say
just
you
look
were a
like
serial
one.
killer.
right,
I said
you just
you
look
were
like one and sound like a woman. That's all.
Hang on. And let JF respond.
Excuse me, Mr. JF. I apologized for my laughter at the end of that stream because I realized it was uncalled for.
No. Let's back down. I'm going to call you out right now. I think you only apologized because I dragged your ass around that stream. And verbally, I'll do it again because once we got off air, you tried to throw everyone under the bus in DMs, including Repsion. If you guys want, I have an update to my folder. Go look at my DMs between me and Nick Monroe. You were like, well, that's an angle I can take because, Repsion was pressuring me too. No.
I didn't say he was pressuring me.
I didn't say he was Yes, you. No, seriously, in the DMs, you're trying to come up with a case as to why it is okay to harass somebody. And here was the thing: you kept saying, "Well, I guess I shouldn't have listened to them." No, my issue with you that you don't get, Nick Monroe, because you've harassed Dodger, you've harassed other women in the past, is that you don't harass or try to ruin anybody's life over anything unless they're trying to physically hurt you, which I never have. You made a claim. You said hold on, shut the fuck up, you little bitch. You're gonna listen for a second. You made a claim to me. You said that you felt threatened by me because I was in a YouNow stream saying, I don't want to hurt them. Do you want me to pull up the clip where I'm sobbing and I'm saying, I'm not a mean person. I don't want to ruin their reputations like they did me. I don't like to hurt people even to defend myself. Are you telling me you're that bitch made? You're that much of a little beta bitch that you see a woman crying saying, I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings even though they destroyed my life, and you think that's a threat? What the fuck is wrong with you? No, your apologies are bullshit. Don't you dare lie. If you tell one fucking lie out of your mouth, I will expose everything, and I will shove it down your throat so fucking hard you will feel my dick come out of your ass. I'm done. You little shit. You and Based Mama. You and Based Mama created this. And I told you, you want to own up? Show your DMs with Based Mama. And magically, all the group chats disappeared where you guys were conspiring. How can we fuck with her now? They all disappeared. By the way, Based Mama, you fake big titty bitch. Get your tits on here. Get your fucking tits on here. So Nick Monroe, I'm not playing nice with you, you fake little fuck. You're not doing this shit with me. You're not doing it.
You're gonna need like a lozenge because I can hear your voice getting like your throat.
You're gonna need anal reconstructive surgery after how hard she's fucking you.
Yeah, I have to deal with little shits like you, and the only way to deal with you, I have to go to your level. I tried, Nick. I deleted my channel. Unlike you, little attention whoring prick, where you're just creaming your pants and getting your little dick hard over Philip DeFranco, calling, just saying how you were a hero in this situation, because that's probably the only time you've had an ounce or a smell of success in your life. Because you're a little pussy who's never done anything in his life. Anything except for Daddy 05, and then you ruined it by what you and Phildo, the wizard, who is your source, that little alleged pedophile asshole, and fucking Based Mama. And I can prove it, so don't you dare say that you are sorry. You're not. You're trying to find a way to spin it. I swear to God, Nick, if you ever do this to somebody else, I'm gonna slap a defamation suit on your ass so fucking fast. We have 5,000 the people chat. I'm sure this will get to a lawyer who will take it on pro bono. You wanna go, little bitch? You wanna go? You wanna bring it? You wanna talk about my family? You wanna laugh about dead kids again, you little fucktard? I'm done. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, I can go now?
Yeah,
wait, can I just say one thing? I haven't seen anal that hard since I've seen some porn that was double penetration anal, and I was shocked about that, but this one was deep.
Hi, my name is Nick Monroe, and I take the stories that most journos and bloggers are too afraid to touch, and that includes
make them
Joy.
up. Shut up. You fabricate.
Right, Joy. I gotcha. He has to get at least 2 sentences out of the time.
He's lying. He's just lying. He fabricates.
Hey. Wait till he's finished talking, and then you can trash the lie, okay?
You're right.
My most recent article was about Ethan Van Sciver being called a Nazi in Comicsgate, and BuzzFeed was going to throw him under the bus, and I was able to step in and sort out the situation beforehand and prove that their claims were, frivolous at best.
Only the whitest of nights for you.
There you go. Only when you pick and choose to be a decent human being, right? That gives you credibility what you did to me.
Let's look at it this way, Nick. You call yourself a journalist, and you're going to do a story. Now, I reread everything just to make sure that I understood it.
I want to thank you and JF for reading it. Just reading it, I appreciate the fact that you read such a long article.
You should probably not thank me for reading it, because it really highlights how much of a duplicitous piece of shit you are.
That's right.
Because when you read this article, and then I asked Joy afterwards, I was like, did he ever reach out to you to interview you? And she said no. How are you going to do an article about somebody, but you're only reaching out to the people that have nothing but bad shit to say about her? You don't reach out to anybody else to ask them, what's your perspective on Joy? What's this? And a good bulk of what you're getting, all your information that you're using, is from somebody who fucking believes that they talk to Legion from the Bible. Summons giantess.
Molech, in his 27 incarnations. That one too. Remember, he battled him in 2004.
That believes he has...
Geek, tell JF what you're talking about. Yeah.
The wizard you're referring to, Phil, he's tried to kill himself.
Because of me, because I showed everybody that he's
an asshole. Because he's an asshole. No, he harassed me for a year, and I said nothing because he was a former friend. All we did was expose that he's not credible. So whatever, he said he tried to kill himself, and he never did. He never went through with it. That's not my fault.
I mean, we're glad. I'll just say we're glad he never did.
Agreed.
Right,
no,
Joy?
I'm glad. I'm always yes, of course.
Just to clarify that. Okay,
I'm glad he didn't kill himself. My point
Jeff,
is, it's not my fault.
Hang on, Jeff. He's
what
actually
are these people talking about.
So all the information that they got off Joy. Hang on. All the information they got off Joy was from some guy named Phil, who's he believes he's an actual wizard. So
that's inaccurate.
No, it's not.
All the information.
He has done posts and stuff where he actually criticizes people's use of magic. But this guy doesn't know how to use a fire spell. What a fag! Like he debunks magic users.
I love that when I review an article and I strike claims because I think, okay, this must come from someone unreliable. I never would have imagined that I was striking the claims of a wizard.
All right, Nick, you say I'm wrong. Go ahead.
Well, you said I got all my information from Phil.
That's I didn't say all.
You got a vast majority of your information from this guy. You cite a lot of the things that he says in this article, and
he knew Joy for 10 years. I don't care.
Okay, it doesn't matter when you look.
It does.
No, it doesn't, Nick, and I'll prove it. Here's why it doesn't matter.
I can know Joy for 5 minutes, and I can find I can find proof that she is a scammer, and the amount of time that you know someone does not equate to you being more right or wrong about a person.
Hey, Nick Monroe, he put out claims. Hold on, he put out claims on Twitter saying he has evidence I have herpes and an STD. Well, holy shit, we're about to look at my medical records and we're going to prove that wrong, aren't we? So he's a credible source, isn't he? And by the way, he's so credible that you couldn't even look at his personal Facebook. I mean, it's there for everybody to see, even if you're not his friend, where he talks about fucking making spells about the weather. He's a weather witch. You didn't even look into the credibility of him.
No,
and
he
it's
summoned
right there.
weather witches when he was on what was it, Operation Nashville?
Occupy Nashville.
Occupy Nashville.
He was
that's
an SJW.
Right. And the wind was blowing a little too hard, so he was like, I need help from my weather witches. Please, weather witches, respond.
Honestly, guys, you can't really criticize him. Yeah, you can't criticize him for being a wizard because you're on a wizard's show right now. Grand Wizard, fuck yeah!
I'd like to point out when I was talking to Phil, I asked him for his chat logs so I could read this for myself and remove his personality from it.
But the problem is that you used him and you used his information, but the one thing you didn't do is you didn't really vet him. You didn't say, well, if somebody goes and checks my source, are they going to look at this source as a dubious source? Are they going to look at my source as something that may have an extreme bias, seeing as that he owed her money and he was having problems wanting to pay that money back, and then now suddenly Joy is the biggest piece of shit, even though he's been friends with her for the past 10 years? Don't you see how, like, the length of time of a relationship may also affect that as well?
Also, you lied, Nick. Let's go over some lies real quick. In your article, no, we can go over some of those lies, because remember you said you were going to retract it or redact it? You said that, shut the fuck up. First of all, you just said, you just said, here's a lie. You said that he gave you his Twitter logs or his conversations. And then in DM, guys, go look at the Google Drive I put up. You just said, well, he never sent me everything. So don't fucking sit here and lie. Don't spin your shit here, motherfucker.
He sent me a copy of his slides. Yes.
Slides. You just said, though, that you asked for a copy of his of our conversations to make sure you can see what's going on and edit out his personality. And he never did that. He sent you slides, not the whole conversation, which I'm willing to put the whole conversation up online. As long as I can edit out, I don't want to dox any people in my life or his life that don't deal with me and him. He's doxed former friends, former boyfriends. He has tried to contact my family. He went and gave interviews on Lolcow about every detail he could remember of my life, and 90% was made up. And you didn't do any research.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, let him talk.
Don't lie.
No. He's allowed to lie, and you're allowed to rebuttal, but you can't interrupt him, all right?
Gotcha.
I will fucking smack you. Go ahead.
Okay. To back up here, yes. I wrote about the Daddy 05 situation, and yes, Philip DeFranco named me in one of his videos and said, yeah, I did a good job. So, yes.
Whoa.
And?
Wait, if Philip DeFranco was wrong about that, you can't just be like, well, I was wrong, but someone said I was right, so it's, I mean, it's
about Daddy 05? That's not Joy.
Okay, I'm sorry. Fair enough.
Okay, thank you. And
Sorry.
what caused a panic was on May 5th, Joy said in a video, I have insider information, and I'm not going to tell you who it's from. And now, from my perspective, that looks like Joy had some sort of inside source with the court. And on May 7th, she said, yes, I have inside, you know, I don't have information I'm not supposed to have. And yet it's insider information, yet she didn't get it from Tim or Rose. And that's a mush of different things, but it's enough to cause anyone to raise an eyebrow, and that's how I talked to Chambers and Rose. I mean, Chambers and Base Mama.
And Melinda Gale. Make sure you Melinda Gale too.
I actually ignored Melinda Gale for the first couple of months.
For the first couple of months. But let me do a screen share because I do want to show the audience some really hinky shit that was in the article that like really shows me that you're not interested in the
No,
truth.
I'm not done.
I'm not done with you, faggot.
Wait, hang on, Geek, just let him finish his statement, and then we can move on.
Geekthulhu, I don't like the name calling, but okay. So yeah, this led on a wild drama goose chase where Joy Sparkle BS had a, you know, she made these You Now streams that basically took the piss out of the situation and stirred up the drama. And the You Now streams magically get deleted and vanish unless people save them. And Joy, how many YouTube channels have you strucken down with DMCA claims because they uploaded your You Now streams? I'm curious.
Because they uploaded my You Now streams?
Yeah, I have like 3 examples here. VHS Archive, emphasis on BS.
Okay.
Oh, the people that were doxing her?
Yeah. My doxers, my harassers. You mean the woman? You mean the woman? Hold on, shut the fuck up. You mean the woman? The Luna VHS Archive, and I have the tweet if anybody wants to see it. The woman who put out where my boyfriend works and said she's gonna call and get him fired and asked other people to do the same. Are you saying them?
Was it that old woman who was on Kumite the other day?
That was Melinda.
Andy,
Melinda. That was Melinda.
That's Melinda, and I want to tell you, we all sat and talked. She now realizes she's been played, and she's asked to come on if you want her on. It's your show, but she's asked it. She wants to say something if you want her to.
All right.
Okay.
One at a time.
Sure.
Yeah.
There was a pattern that I saw come up where, you know, you get people's real names and addresses when you send out a DMCA. If they want to counterclaim, they have to put in their legal name and their legal information.
I have a question though. I have a main question here. When they uploaded her You Now streams, did they do any commentary on those videos?
It was qualified as a transformative work.
No, it wasn't.
No, hang on. I asked you a question. Was there commentary on those videos, or were they just clips, or just the full streams by themselves?
It's a case-by-case basis.
Okay. Mainly, were they just clips, or the main video itself, or was there any commentary?
There were videos refuting the claims that Joy put out.
With commentary?
I'm pretty sure, but I would have to double check. I don't want to say an absolute.
Joy, were the commentary at all?
No, this woman, Luna Blark.
It was just clips. It was just clips.
Yes.
You are allowed to copyright strike someone. I don't do it personally, but you are allowed to copyright strike people if it's not transformative at all.
And this woman doxed me. I went after my doxers for this.
Exactly.
It wasn't just that. It wasn't just that they did. It was also a lot of defamatory stuff. And I want to say one thing that Nick Monroe leaves out. This guy, Philip the Wizard, I met him one time. We were distant online friends for 10 years. We weren't that close. We had years we didn't speak. And that's something that Nick and Repstein like to act like we were best friends. And that's not the case. So you used a distant online friend as a source. Act like it's ridiculous.
Also, let's get back into Nick's bias a bit, because I don't know very many journalists that do this. Now I'm going to do a quick screen share here and show you, and we'll read this. So if you could present me, Andy.
I put my biases on my sleeve.
You're not supposed to do that as a journalist, you fucking retard. But anyways, you've heard and become familiar with Joy Sparkle BS up to this point, but now it's time to go over the 3 people that she pitted herself against. Why the fuck is your picture in there, along with the 2 other people that were criticizing her? And look at these small sections for them, and then look at this massive section when yours comes up. Dude, you are so biased. You use shitty information. You were intentionally being malicious. And then when we go back and we look at your retraction, your retraction is absolute horseshit. How professional of it at the end when you say, I called her a drama ghoul and I was so fucking right. Best regards, Nick Monroe. Oh,
so professional.
You edgy black girl on the internet, you.
Am I wrong in saying that she's a drama ghoul for dragging?
No, you're wrong.
No, you are. You're the ghoul. You're the ghoul. You're the one making shit to destroy someone's career.
And you're wrong. Let me tell you where you're. Hold on. You're also wrong in several different points in this. Oh my god! Like I can't. I'm so fucking mad. I've just forgotten my point. You have so many places where you are wrong.
Sorry,
like it's overwhelming. And I know what you were talking about, what you were right about. No. You weren't the one that had me talk about my source. You know who that was? It was Geek and Tonka. And specifically Geek. They were the ones who said you need to come out with everything. I love that you acted like you were going to vindicate me and you were going to say the truth. And instead, you turned around and took all the glory for something that had nothing to do with you. And in truth, you got your ass handed to you and fucked every which way. The fuck is wrong with you?
I'd like you to prove that Joy is a drama ghoul. I'd like you to play first the top video I put in the side chat, and then the one right after that.
I'm setting up the OBS on Wednesday, which, by the way, JF,
but
got one of these sound pads. I'm gonna put some sounds and shit, so I can insult people secretly.
Oh, no, yeah. I will tell you. I think that there's currently a pile of crap and shit falling on Nick's head, and he's trying to open an umbrella. Nick, it doesn't matter if she's a drama ghoul. Who cares? You made a defamatory article in which you claim that she commits illegal action, which she did not commit. So who cares about your stuff? And I have one question for you, dude. Are you Polish? Are you Polish? Okay.
Yes. Okay. I'd like to explain what these videos are. And the top video there, she says she did not talk to Tim. In the bottom video, she says
she was protecting your source in the top one.
I was protecting the children and Rose, you retard. You're gonna try to use that against me? No. I sat on that because I didn't want to hurt any of them. And you're gonna try to use it against me, just like you don't understand what empathy is?
Between May 2017 and February 2018, you had the truth, and you could have.
And she was trying to do what you fucking moral fagging assholes were trying to fucking protect yourselves with. That's what Tommy was protecting himself with, saying, "But think about the children." It wasn't until I came along that I was like, "Fuck them, burn them all,
but in the end, she dumped everything into a Google Drive and compromised Rose's position here.
Rose, she's a liar.
No, let's back up. Rose compromised her position. Rose compromised her position when
did she upload the Google Docs?
Or when she when she misused funds. She did that when she put out interviews against me, and she kept putting out information about her children when she wasn't supposed to. When her father did, she did that when she can barely pay her rent and has to beg everybody for help and can't hold a job. And she did that when she has what her father, Robert Hall, said in DMs to Chambers that the fiance was abusive. And you can see this on the Google Drive. Said that Rose Hall has to sleep in her children's bedroom in their beds with the door locked because they're terrified of this guy. And he spent rent money. First it was car money, and then it turned into rent money. First it was $200, then $300 on pot when she can't pay her bills as it is. Sounds like Mike and Rose are real stellar parents. So when we saw that, is when we definitely decided we need to raise the alarm, because this bitch is lying about me, discrediting me, and she is misusing money for pot that people are giving her for her children. And I am scared for those kids. It was not me that got her in contempt of court. It was her and her family's actions. And just because she has gotten herself in a bad situation, just because she had sex and couldn't take care of the children thereafter, does not mean she gets to run around and slander me and ruin my life to make a fucking buck. That's what you call a hoe.
Hey, Joy, hang on. Nick,
but wait.
Nick, are you a speaker at Kilroy?
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Yes,
No,
I wonder why you're on Base Mama's side.
Yeah,
I was getting ready to get to that. Because I was going to follow up with him putting himself in his article. And then, yeah. Okay, Nick, keep talking.
I'm sorry about what I did.
Yourself.
I'm sorry what I did about at the Kilroy, by the way, Nick. I apologize.
It's okay, bro. But I signed an exit contract. I got the hell out of that. Okay.
Oh, okay. Also, you're out. You're out.
You're out, but aren't you still on the website?
If I'm on the website, I'm on the website, but I signed an exit contract.
I don't think you're pulling that many people after your display the past couple of days.
No, not at all. Oh, and Repsion is still there. Repsion. So Repsion, I hope when you go there, you can do a panel on why you're going to get legally sued up one side and down the other.
But JF,
I hope they have enough room for that fucking panel, and I'd be happy to show up for free. I'll go on that panel and debate him about that with a fucking lawyer. Let's go.
Let Nick respond.
Can I talk to JF just one-on-one here for a sec?
Sure.
You introduced me as someone who launched a harassment campaign.
You did.
And yet...
Joy, please, just...
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Just 2 seconds.
Can you mute her for a sec?
I won't mute her, but Joy, remember, I have the backhand ready for you, okay?
So at any point between May 2017 and February 2018, she could have come out with this and clarified the situation and prevented a lot of the confusion and mishap that happened in between.
Bullshit. Bullshit. No, we're calling bullshit. Because here's what you still don't get, Nick.
I have the video.
You don't, Nick Monroe, listen to me. No. It doesn't matter if you were confused. It doesn't matter if things weren't clear to you. First of all, you never even came and asked me. You blocked me, never asked me once. And secondly, it doesn't give you the right to defame somebody, start a harassment campaign with based motherfucking titties mama. And it doesn't make it okay to try to ruin my life and harass me. That's not okay. What the fuck is wrong with your lack of empathy that you don't understand that?
Okay. That's called autism.
Okay, sorry.
I wanted to walk away from this situation.
Nick, I'm sorry.
You don't get to destroy someone's life and walk away.
Chambers,
or attempt to destroy someone's life.
I think Chambers wanted to hop on, but I don't want to add too many people. But Nick, I'm sorry. What did you want to say to JF? And JF, you respond. Joy, I'm. One more time.
When
See, I just saw her mute her microphone.
I did.
Okay,
I'm gonna be good.
Okay.
I'm just saying, JF, doesn't it strike you as weird that she lied and then decided to hide on that until she wanted to burn Rose?
Wait. Your question includes a premise that was not demonstrated. You claim that she lied.
She said in the top video, I am not talking with Tim or Rose about this secretive information I have. In the bottom video, she said, yes, I talked to Tim back then. So basically,
it doesn't matter. She has the right to her private conversations and not displaying them. There are thousands of reasons why a public
not when they're entangled in a high-profile case involving the Daddy 05 situation.
You're grasping at straws, my dude, because your article attributes a crime to her that she did not commit. So trying to find one lie,
tell me why
even
Tim
that would be insufficient. Now, that being said, I will respond to your earlier question, because your question was, why didn't she clarify this with me? And I will give you the response that two people I really hate would give, and they gave in different situations. That's Anita Sarkeesian and Sam Harris. Sam Harris, when he was defamed on the Young Turk, he explained that to Cenk Uygur. He said, look, you defame me, and now you force me to come on your show, so you make more money out of your defamation because I get on your show, my viewers come to your show, and now you make money not only with the defamatory article that you've put up on me, but you also make money on my correction. A victim of abuse and defamation doesn't have to talk to her abuser. And you're the abuser in that case. When you commit defamation, you live with it, and you create a situation where the person doesn't have interest in talking to you. Because if they talk to you, either publicly or privately, you're going to make another article, and you're going to make more money out of the original defamation article. You're going to establish a correction, and you're going to gain credibility. There is no reason for someone who's getting defamed to engage with his abuser.
I'd like to ask you, honestly, I'm sorry, I don't like the fact you call me an idiot, but I'm gonna put that aside for
put down the soy.
Okay.
Put down the soy, okay? Let's all just
I'd like to ask you what ethical grounds Tim Conlon, Rose's lawyer, had to involve Joy in the first place.
What's that got to do with you?
It's a third party. What the fuck are you talking about?
Tim Conlon was Rose's lawyer, and Rose is Hall is the biological.
What's your legal expertise? Did you go to?
Are we doing a trial of the liar of someone else?
If you want to talk about the situation, I'm ready to talk about the situation. If you let me.
I don't give a shit about this situation. I don't even give a shit as I researched it. I cared about the facts and whether your facts were supported.
And the fact is Tim Conlon involved Joy Sparkle BS.
Joy Sparkle BS. That's as simple as this. It doesn't matter some lawyer who did something else with someone else. What the fuck are you talking about?
Under what ethical grounds did Tim Conlon have to involve?
Are you just spinning words like this?
I'm asking him to
get
answer.
That's what he was doing on my show.
Just spin and manipulate. That's why I get angry and I yell at him, because nothing else stops him from this cycle of horseshit. First of all, Nick, whatever he told me, I didn't release. So and even if he did tell me things, so what? I sat there and I said nothing. And even if I did, I legally could have said, excuse me, I legally could have said it. And that's why, and this is the funny part. Nick Monroe, Nick Monroe was the, little shit, excuse me. Nick Monroe was the one that actually released. Nick Monroe was the one that actually released the information that I had. He released what he thought he could get. So you were the one that released the information I thought you were trying so fucking hard to protect.
Mr. JF, Rose Hall told Tim not to talk to Joy, and he continued to talk to Joy. How about now?
That's not where.
Rose also continued to talk to Joy, even though she told everybody.
We cannot do the trial of someone else.
You're putting me on trial here.
No. Yes, the people who are here, we can talk about what they've done. I won't do a trial on a third party when the question is whether your article was defamatory or not. What do we care about what Rose did and whether she talked to Joy? Is it illegal to talk to people, you idiot? No, it's not.
Gag order involved?
You're gonna notice that.
Do you know what's a gag? Okay, that's the fundamental point, and we need to get to it.
Thank you.
You are so ignorant on legal matters that you don't know what a gag order is.
Thank you.
Oh, explain it to me then.
No, define it. I want to see what's in your brain.
People that were inside the courtroom aren't allowed to talk about the matters of which.
Wrong. Do you have another option?
Just
do you
like
have another try? You get 3 tries.
3 tries. Let's go. Number 2.
Mr. Journalist.
I'm not gonna bother with the other 2 tries.
You know, you got Google, right? You could just hit that. You could just type. In, gag order, and it'll probably give you a quick little definition that might help you out there, buddy.
Look up bankruptcy. One more. If you could look up bankruptcy for Repstion, he needs help with that too.
Okay. Everyone
Just so you know, Nick, a gag order is for particular individuals. It's not a broad sweeping definition that's applied to everybody within a room.
What did it apply to Tim Conlon?
It would apply. It would most likely apply to Tim Conlon,
and he talked to Joy.
But shut your cocksucker.
And he talked to Joy
for a second.
You don't get it. Oh my god.
It was applied to Mike Martin, Rose, and I believe Tim and Mike Martin's lawyer.
And Tim broke the gag order and to talk to Joy.
Hold on,
so did Rose.
And this is what you don't understand. This is what you don't understand, Nick. I talked to lawyers afterward because unlike you, I do my research, and they said technically it's not illegal for him to say something to you as long as you don't say anything. And even then, he gets a slap on the wrist. But in the off chance anything worse happened, I thought, what if there was a possibility, let's say they removed him, and then I'm the one that makes it so Rose doesn't have a lawyer. So what I did that you didn't do, I shut my mouth to protect the kids, where you and Chambers, which Chambers has since apologized, and I've forgiven her. Excuse me, you put out that information. You were the one that first put it out, not me. You put it out?
When did Geekthulhu go around and say, "Hey, guess what, everybody"?
But you put out that information when you
shut your fucking
Geek. You have to let him respond. I'm trying. It's 3 against 1 right now. All right, guys. No, I understand.
I was asking, when did I go out and say that Tim Conlon was Joy's source? Never once did I do that.
But Joy's question was, Joy said if I kept my mouth shut is what Joy said, and Joy didn't keep her mouth shut.
Swinging your arms around a room, knocking shit off the shelf.
You were the one that put it out first, therefore it implicates you. Do you understand that?
You put it out to Geekthulhu.
No, I talked to Geek about it recently. You put this stuff out with Chambers back in the summer. So if you think, because you think legally, I would even get in trouble if I put it out. You're not going to make that. Let me explain. Let me explain. Because you don't understand.
I put out chat logs between you and Chambers.
Oh my God. You don't understand.
You told Chambers.
But it's about who it gets to the public. It's about the media. It is about the media.
And Chambers released it to me. She released the chat logs to me to put out.
Excuse me. You are the media. You're the media source that released it, so it falls on your shoulders. You did it first. You. So all these arguments
Chambers
about me, it's one big deflection, and you are projecting it onto me.
Chambers released the chat logs to me. I had every right to put those out.
And oh my God, you're not listening.
May I just take 2 seconds to
read super chats?
Yeah, I have to read out some super chats.
Before you read the super chats, anyone can Google the definition of a gag order, and it's an order by a judge that something not be discussed in public.
In public, you retard.
Hey.
Okay, so let's just quickly read out a couple of these super chats. Hawktis Maximus, $2. Thorn Bless You, Joy Sparkles. Gunrunner, $5. Joy Sparkles looks like Repsion, LOL. A Dissident Patriot, $2. Oh, this is gonna be good. She's thirsty for blood. Andrew Wilson, $20. Thank you very much. We want blood. Press 1 for blood. Pagan Goddess, 88 sec. Andy looks good today. You want to bang later? Anyway, for the future, please have more intelligent women like Annika O'Brien and try to weed out trad thoughts. Pure Damon, $5. Andy, is your new Red Studio background an analogy for the U.S. today? Whites being replaced thanks to comics? Andrew Wilson, $10. JF prepares the scene for blood when you have the intro there. A logical conclusion of tolerance, $5. Press 1 if you would rather hear reviews of vape liquid flavors. Alec the Bunny, £5. Off topic, but I've recently been unsubbed from Sargon of Akkad. He's going downhill. Race Warski now. And last one for now, The Ranged martial artist, $10. Has anyone heard of Alt-Right Armory on YouTube? Also, if you're enjoying, remember to hit like. I see Medicare is tweeting all about this stream, enjoying the fuck out of it. And a few people in the chat who go, this is boring. I have an amazing, guys, wait. I have an awesome advice. You click the YouTube button, and you're on the homepage, and there's fucking so much shit on YouTube.
Ow.
We'll talk about the ethno state some other day, alright, guys? We're just taking a 2-second break there. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We love you, and let's keep going. Nick, how you feeling? Are you feeling all right, Nick? Are you feeling all right? I know it's been rough. Your blood's been spilling all over the ring right now. I want to make sure you're okay.
I'd just like to know why no one mentioned the fact that Mr. Repzion said, "Prove me wrong" in his video, because he left it open to interpretation about what the actual reality is.
No, there were several statements that he made. He said he does not. He said, "I believe Joy is not telling the truth," and he says places I am lying.
I hope you get help.
No, hold on. That's one thing he said, but he also said, I am lying. And the way that he presented it in many different times in a factual form. The way it's presented, excuse me, see, this is the problem. Right. And you know what? We're going to prove that. So whenever you guys are ready. Now, Nick, I will not be showing you my records because you cannot be trusted with private information. I think my social security is on there. So whenever you guys are ready, I will privately show you guys. And if one of you wants to screenshot just the diagnoses, you're more than welcome to put it out on Twitter. I'm happy to do that.
You already put out these medical records publicly, apparently.
No, I put out part of them. See, what happened was I didn't have my doctor has all of my records. What I finally asked her to do was to put everything in one place. So I have everything now in one portal specifically for this. And I am happy to show it.
And you're going to
also, before you do so, I'd like to explain something to Nick about his question. So, Nick, you ask, why are we not mentioning the fact that Mr. Repzion showed openness to be proven wrong at the end? That's because you cannot use defamation to extort private details of people against their will. Because if I was to come here and say, hey, Nick is gay, prove me wrong, Nick. You would have to prove me wrong. You would have to send me porn picture of you with a woman, right? And so because I would be doing so, and I would be forcing you to send me nude picture of you with woman, I would be extorting pictures from you by making lies about
definition, Joy extorted me when she wanted my private DMs that had nothing to do with her situation.
How did she extort you?
What?
This is amazing.
I will tweet out the picture again where Joy basically said, "Hey, I want your private DMs that have nothing to do with you, and I promise."
That's not what I said. You're lying. That's not what I said. You were lying. Now there's one part that's true. I said I want to see the private messages between you and Based Mama when it comes to situations with me. And you said, I can't give you that because it has other information private. I said, I don't want that and I can edit that out. I'm talking about I need the proof of where you guys conspired to fuck with me. That's
but you
what
wanted
I want.
My private DMs.
Yes, because of that. Because we also have other private places.
Private DMs.
So hold on, Nick. So you're saying you're allowed to maintain your privacy, but she's not allowed to maintain hers because everybody asking her for her medical records is fucking irrelevant to anything.
Except she mentioned her medical history in her videos. God knows how.
So she's talking about her fucking life. I could talk about personal shit in my life. Doesn't mean I have to prove it to fucking anybody. She's not making videos. She's not making videos to drum up money for her illnesses. She's actually putting content out there. She's actually talking about different things. She's not saying, "Look, I'm sick. Give me all your monies." No,
I never did
she's
that.
Not doing that. She's talking about Onision. She's talking about Daddy 05. She's not using her illness to get money. She's just saying, I'm doing other shit because I am ill. And if you want to pay me, that's cool. Thank you.
And
You're a fucking disingenuous little fuckhead.
You are. And I want to point this out because there's a lot of discrepancy. Never did a charity drive for myself, never did a fundraiser, never did a GoFundMe or anything of a GoFundMe-esque nature. I had people come to me and ask. It took me, I think, until April to even make a Patreon because they said we want to help. I never once took a donation as a result of being sick because I wanted the merits of my work and to speak for itself and to entertain or inform and people to want to give me a service through that. And what you did, Nick, by defaming me, same with Repzion, you made the harassment, you and Based Mama, because Based Mama, I have the fucking screenshot where she tells Chambers she has 40 fucking people organized to harass me, and the conversations with Chambers where she talks about having people come after me since May and harass me to where it has affected my income. You understand legally, you're in a whole lot of shit once I get a lawyer, don't you? That's why I said it's better for you to help me figure out who the source of the harassment is so I know who to go at the hardest in court.
Well, he would have to implicate himself, and that's what he's trying to fucking protect.
Because the group DMs just suddenly disappeared, right, Nick?
No, I left them when I finished the story because there's no point keeping it on.
Oh my God. Right. There's no point in showing the harassment y'all did to me because it's okay to harass me. It's okay to harass somebody. It is okay to defame and send doxers and people trying to swap me and all different types of people my way. No, that's totally okay.
Is it okay to make a local journalism degree mockery of me?
Yes, for what you did to me, absolutely, because you got your info from locale. You got it from locale. Yes, that's why I did that. And that's not defamation. That is fact. So that's just comedy. Comedy on the facts. You even said on the stream, you said, well, her family even spoke out. Where'd you get that? Lol, cow.
May I?
Really?
Hold on.
May I interject for 1 second? Nick, we were talking about this on Kumite probably 2 or 3 days ago. You agreed that when you made that article that you may have been misinformed at the time with this information, and you believe that,
Yes, because Joy hid it in a cloak of obscurity.
Okay, fine, fair enough. With whatever why it happened, you at least acknowledge that during the time you made that article that you may have fucked up, right?
I'm not perfect.
Okay, now with that being said, wait, have you made a retraction yet?
Joy, I confirmed.
Oh, did you not see that?
You didn't see a retraction?
It's a joke retraction. It's
yeah,
very
it's a joke.
insulting.
His retraction is basically, I got her to admit her source was Tim Conlon, and I was so fucking right. That's his retraction.
How about you being a drama
That's why I said this guy has severe mental issues.
Something's
this
wrong
guy
with him.
does not care about hurting people.
And
he continues when he knows, and when he admitted that they were lies, he keeps them on. This is a fucking asshole.
And if we want to bring up people's past as something that's relevant to who they are as a person, why don't we talk about Dodger?
Let's talk about her. Anybody know about Dodger? How he harassed her? Anybody know about that one?
I had a YouTube channel with 23,000 subscribers.
Press fart to continue. Is that correct?
Press fart to continue. Look it up, guys. Google's your friend here.
That was my name.
Yeah.
And also, Joy,
let's hear you lie about it.
Yeah, let's hear what happened. What happened?
Before I forget, I'd like to just confirm with you, Joy, that I did confirm that it was your family who made those posts.
No, you didn't. You did not confirm it. Okay, then show me. Show me an email address. Show me something, because you said
I gave it to Andy.
Photos.
I gave it to Andy, and your family is afraid of you and of what you're going to do to them, so they would rather keep their privacy.
So
they'd rather keep their privacy, but they continue to interact with people on lolcow.
That doesn't make any sense. None. You're full of shit. Prove it.
I gave the proof to Andy, and I told Andy that Joy's family is afraid of them. And
can I see the proof, Andy? Do you mind?
I honestly, I told him because I was busy today. He sent me tons of messages, so I couldn't even look through any of it. So could you, Nick, okay, what image was it that you sent?
I will basically resend it, just so we're on the same page.
Please resend that. While you send that, let's
the person who was on what's it called? I don't know the guy's name. The guy that Keemstar talked about.
Tommy C. Do some research. Tommy C.
Ugh.
Do research.
Tommy C. recited a basic statement from your family, and I have a copy of the statement here.
Okay, just re-DM that to me.
And make sure. I want to know. I want to see emails. I need to know.
I'm not going to compromise your family because they're afraid of you, Joy.
Why is your family messaging you? May I ask?
Right? Why are they messaging you? And furthermore, let's say lolcow is true, and let's say all of this is true, right?
Oh wait!
Hi, Keemstar.
Keem has returned, and thanks for saying bye last time, you fuck.
I'm sorry, I had to go right away. I DM'd you asking if it was okay for me to come back. I didn't want to just jump in here.
No, it's cool, dude. It's cool. Just yeah.
I've been watching, and I guess I have a question for both Nick and Joy. First, Nick, do you feel like you've wronged Joy in any way?
Sure.
Ding. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yes, and I should have reached out to her when I made my article. I admit that was a mistake.
Okay, what exactly, like, how do you feel like you've wronged her? Like, what did you, like, do wrong?
Even though I thought she was, she was causing a drama storm at the time, and even so, I should have looked past that and said, despite her calling me a pussy on you now, I should have reached out to her and said, hey, can we talk about some of these claims against you?
Okay, and then Joy, if I could ask you the same question, do you feel like you've wronged like Nick in any way?
Not necessarily. If I have, I'm happy to own up to it. I feel like anything I have said, the little bit I've said, has absolutely been in self-defense of all the harassment and the defamatory stuff that's been said, and the organized harassment that Based Mama, which we have the evidence for, organized 40 to 50 different harassers over the last year to dox, try to swat, threaten me, threaten my boyfriend, call him at work, put out his work information, all of that. So I don't think I really have done anything to him other than recently curse at him. And I don't want to be this person, but they won't stop. They don't stop what they do.
Well, I mean, I personally have talked to Base Mom, and I just think she's a complete lunatic. But anyhow, I feel like...
And I can't speak for anything she or anyone else done.
You can't. You did it with her.
Hey,
you did it with her.
Yeah, but damn those tits. Am I right, people? Go ahead, Kim.
The only thing bigger than their tits is their fucking nose.
I feel like there's a lot of people out there that were concerned about these kids and like want to make sure that they were safe and everything. And I feel like this feud that's still going on today has done a disservice to like those kids, right?
I agree.
And everybody, because this person claims this and this person claims that, and we disagree. It's just a never-ending feud that just keeps on going and keeps on going and keeps on going. And nobody wants to be like attacked or called a liar or accused of milking the situation. But because then you're forced to defend yourself, it just goes on and on and on. And I feel like the absolute best way to give justice to the kids is to stop this altogether.
I offered to Joy, I want to still correct this article, but I'm not going to hand over my DM.
Dude, okay, so you said you want to offer to correct the article. We saw what you did to want to correct the article. It was absolute and total bullshit. And you need to take some fucking responsibility. You need to take some... No, Nick, you need to
threaten me.
Nick!
I didn't threaten you!
For a second.
You're lying again!
You need to take some fucking personal fucking responsibility for the fact that you created an article that creates a shitstorm and that empowers people to go out there and endlessly harass, dox, threaten her boyfriend, contact her family, and do other malicious bullshit to her personal life. And people that go and stand up for her and try to fucking say, hey, this is bullshit. I got information. It's changed my mind. And then all of a sudden, what happens to me? I get doxxed.
I'm sorry. I don't approve of anyone doxing.
But you facilitate. Your article facilitates it. Your shitty, shoddy, careless journalism fucking facilitates it.
And we have the proof.
You cannot even admit it.
We have the proof, Nick. We have the proof that you worked with Based Mama to harass me. And Keem, I'd like to say something just to give you a little bit of context. Keem, I tried to say nothing. I even deleted my channel because of the harassment. I deleted everything in October 7th. 5 months later, it is still going on, and I've barely been on you now. I am not a public figure at this point anymore. The reason I'm speaking up is because it's continued and because I am sick. It is very difficult right now to be able to take legal action because that's what I wanted to do. So I thought, fuck it. I'm going to have to do this right now because I can't let my life get destroyed by all these people lying about me, including Rose Hall. And it sucks. It sucks for the kids. I don't want to do this, but I can't let my life get destroyed. I'm like, what do I do in my position?
That's fair enough. That's fair enough, in my opinion.
And it just so happened after Kilroy, like, after Based Mama got
Kim, is there someone vacuuming in your house?
Yeah, I apologize.
It's cool. You can just unmute when you want to talk.
I hate these newbie YouTubers and they don't have a good mic.
Look at my money. Look at my money. You guys pay for my maid. Because I'm such an adult, I can't pick up after myself.
No, it's all good. But look, Nick, do you at least see with everything that we've said right now that and seeing the way Joy has been treated and then showing all the evidence based on this, do you at least not understand that being harassed like this, being doxxed, all this shit, and then your article just keeps burying her under and under? especially with false information, do you not agree that, hey, maybe I should back up, really analyze what I'm doing here?
False.
Are you kidding me? Okay, here's one.
We literally went through this for 3 days.
Oh my God.
The internet has spent 3 days explaining to you what's wrong with it.
Like I've said, you can kick his balls across the room, and he'll go pick it back up and walk back over to you and talk more shit. Like he does not learn.
Yeah, this
incredible.
So Nick, why would you? Because when we spoke on Kumite the other day, you said, okay, maybe I'll do a retraction, and then you do a retraction, but it's a joke retraction. Like, don't you understand that? Especially you trying to be a journalist here, that you have a responsibility to say the truth.
Let's break this down. In the Kumite stream, Joy said, "Hey, I'm willing to correct this article." And in private, Joy said, "Hey, I want your private DMs, and I want you to forfeit your privacy."
What does that have to do with the other? Holy shit!
It's not what I agreed to do with Joy, and I don't have to forfeit my privacy to her.
But you don't have to forfeit anything with Joy. Right? You have a responsibility with the public, not with Joy, not even with Joy. You have a responsibility that you know there's wrong information in there, and you maintain it.
And I have a responsibility to my sources who did speak with me on this story.
No, you don't have a responsibility to your sources. You have a responsibility not to deceive your reader.
You used a pedophile
you
wizard
used a wizard.
For me, get out your source. A pedophile
your
wizard.
Source is a wizard.
It's not a joke, Keem. His source is a wizard in my article.
Keem, you heard this, right?
An alleged pedophile.
Keem, you heard this. That this guy,
it's amazing.
He judges people's magic casting abilities, and apparently Repsion had to hold off on his video for 1 day.
You call him a pedophile.
Hey, and
I'm sorry.
And Geekthulhu thought that the only reason Repsion had to wait that extra day was to erase all the showing who gave him the information because he figured out he was a wizard.
Oh, it's more than that. Let me explain who Phil is. Let's go into Phil. Phil believes he's a super soldier because his dad was in the government with clearances higher than the president. This is the source. This is Nick Monroe, and this is Repsion's source. And that he's a super soldier because they created him. Half his soul is human, and half of it is what he calls an anti, which I can prove and back up all of this. An anti, as he says, is an alien demon that is nothing but evil. And many times the anti comes out. The anti has given him 45-minute long seizures he has to stabilize himself from. It's made him almost kill people. He creates weather spells. The last time he said it flooded, he realized he had cried that night, and that's why. I think I'm joking. That's Nick and Repsion's source.
And
I would like to read you a statement from Phil.
Yeah.
I'm the crazy one. Obviously.
I fucking cried. Shit. He's texting everyone. Get out! I cried.
Phil,
the dude farts in a night, and a hurricane stage 5 destroys a city.
That's right. That's right, Cam.
Ooh, go ahead.
So I'm going to clue you. I'm reading what Phil said. So I'm going to clue you in on something I have. Emails from when Katie and I first spoke, and she told me at the time, a very wounded person that had been struggling with suicidal depression, that we were part of a secret government program and they forced us to breed. That we had 2 kids and we were going to find and rescue them, and then we could have a family, etc., etc., etc. That her angels had told her this, and she would call me with more visions of our past. Like an idiot, I fell for it hook, line, and sinker for years until I decided
Keeps out.
He's done.
Until I decided to get therapy because I was tired of feeling the way I was feeling. No shit.
See you want to know the difference? You want to know the difference between the
I'm not done reading yet, please. I still suffer from extreme depression and suicidal thoughts. She knows all this and that I wanted nothing more than to have a family, and she preyed on it, as she had my head all screwed up for a while. Saying that alone means nothing, but I had the emails with her words. In other words, she's an opportunistic predator, and Geek and her are in cahoots as part of a smear campaign.
I'm smear campaigning him.
Of course he wanted a family. He just happened to start with the kids first.
Whoa.
I'm just reading what Phil said in a message.
That's your evidence?
That's the evidence? That right there?
From
the evidence is from
January
24th. Is that the evidence?
January 24th, 2018. It's recent, and it tells of his recent state of mind.
So
not
are we
from
ever
his
going to get
past.
back on?
I don't care about the state of mind of a fucking wizard.
That's
What's the fucking
that
evidence?
story is evidence.
Who got therapy?
Oh, he got
hey,
therapy. I hope he's doing better.
I do want to point out that the things that Joy believed were about like 10 years ago.
13 years ago.
And let Keem jump in for a second. He's been listening for a while. Keem, what did you want to say?
So I just feel like this has like just brought like really crazy people out. Like, you know, we were following the story for a little while, like on Drama Alert, but then it just got like it really turned into insane. I mean, like the people like Base Mama, the Wizard, just all this other crap. Like
it's cancer.
Where has this even?
You created
gone?
it, Nick.
Why can't this end? I don't get it. I tweeted you guys like at least 4 months ago saying just end this. This is silly.
I tried. I deleted my channel. I walked away, and the harassment, the doxing, the threats continue.
Just go to lolcow, Keemstar.
Go to lolcow and look at it.
And just read it and watch just the obsession. Like if Joy farts,
scary.
they make like they respond 4, 5, 6 times on lolcow.
It's scary.
Speculating why she farted.
And Based Mama created this situation where she self-admits she created these people harassing me. So after talking to Geekthulhu, Tonkasaw, and Andy, they said, you need to stand up for yourself if you can't get legal help right now. And that's what I'm doing because I'm scared for my life. I did leave.
While you're reading lolcow, keep in mind that the posts from what people who claim are Joy's family members are actually Joy's family members, and I can confirm that.
How can you confirm that? Because you didn't show me evidence.
Confirm it to me. You didn't DM me the update. Please.
I'm sorry. People were shouting at me.
Wait.
What?
Okay. You just sent me a 2 paragraphs plus 1 sentence extra message.
The message
from
earlier.
But there's no email. There's no proof that it's. I could have written this and sent it to you.
I can verify the email if I see the actual email. I can. There's no email. There's no fucking email. There's no because I know first of all, I don't speak to my family. They are toxic people for me, and that is not. Excuse me. No, I don't talk to them for them to be afraid of me. We don't interact, and that's none of your business. That is none of your business.
And you do know that people on 4chan convinced Jeff Holiday, Mundane Man, all these people that the school shooter in Florida was alt-right. And because we've had debates with alt-right people, that me and Tonka are responsible for creating school shooters, and they convinced CNN and Drudge Report that.
Thanks for reading that script, Andy. This would be perfect on Kronos as a clip.
Fuck yeah!
Except for all that background noise of Andy smashing everything like fucking Godzilla.
Yeah. Every time you touch your stuff, we hear a lot of noise.
My point, huh?
Every time you hit your stuff there with your hand, we hear boom, boom, boom.
We're here? This?
No, I
don't think your main mic's picking up your voice. I think you got enough mic.
Really?
He's not actually doing it.
Don't tell me it's this.
Yeah, it's this one.
Fucking cocksucking Chris. Don't ever hire an Asian fucking do your shit, alright guys?
He's actually not doing that. That's the wizard creating lightning.
That's right.
Thunder.
God damn, because I'm putting my I truly apologize about that. Yeah, I have to figure I don't know what the fuck I'm anyway, my point is if 4chan can convince all these news article places to actually believe that, what makes you think that there aren't people fucking around with you saying that they're Joy's family?
Exactly. And what makes it any of your business anyway? I'm not reaching out to your family to try to get dirt on you. That's awful.
Your family reached
this
out
is where
first.
you guys have.
Your family reached out.
It doesn't matter. This is the kind of stuff where you don't understand empathy.
But you haven't vetted that it's her family.
I'm sorry,
except I just sent Worski the verification that Joy's family is indeed aware. And Andy, if you compromise who this person is, that's on you.
And you know what? Andy doesn't have to. Andy, because here's the thing: if my family's upset, y'all can come on here and face me too. I don't care. At this point, if they want to talk some shit, let's go. I'm done. So if Andy, if you do want to show me, I can at least say whether or not that does look like a family.
May I at least verify with Joy? But Joy, you won't say anything.
No,
I won't. She'll go after her family.
Wait a minute.
Go after her family? She's gonna go murder her family members.
Okay, you know what, Andy, I know.
If you compromise the source, that's on you.
Yeah, but Nick, come on.
Can we get back on Dodger?
Nick, real quick,
Nick.
Nick, you make a claim that her own family is attacking her, right? Like, we need to somehow verify whether or not that's true or not.
And you can verify it with this person directly. You don't need to verify it with Joy.
Yeah.
You can contact this person, Andy. You don't have to contact Joy. You can contact.
What does her family have to do with your article?
Could all be pissed off at her, and it wouldn't change anything.
Me and them. Like, let me ask you something. Are there any police reports when it comes to me? No, but I will say there are police reports when it comes to my family doing things. I can back up a lot of the things I've said. And if it is them, we can go through that dirty laundry. That's something they want.
Is this working now?
I don't know.
It sounds like it is.
Why don't you touch your mic so we can see? Touch it like this. Okay, yes, it's this.
I don't need Chris anymore. Fired. Save some money. Go ahead.
Back to Thailand with you, Chris.
There we go.
The thing is with Nick, he keeps deflecting. Now he's talking about how her family hates her. What would it change? What if my family hates me? You still defamed her, and it doesn't change anything.
Exactly. And my family, if that is, because I know what he's talking about. If that is my family, they are lying when they say we stand by Nick Monroe and Repstion's video is true. That means they are liars and have discredited themselves.
I think wasn't Nick making the point that it's a family member that's doing the doxing? It's someone that already knows all this information on Joy, and it's not, you know, some crazy,
it's internet
person.
People came. There's one woman in the UK. There's a business. There's an actual.
Nick, can you answer it? Like, that's your point of saying it's a family member, that it's not like
they have come out against Joy's behavior.
But how have you confirmed? How did you confirm that this is their family member? That's what I want to know.
Birth
because
certificates?
your vetting process for information is very shitty from what I've come to.
Not a good track record. Did you see a birth certificate?
Makes one thing. If it is Keemstar, you make an awesome point there. If it is that family member, why the fuck would Joy care about protecting this person's name?
Thank you.
If she's doxing her, that's like my cousin doxing me. Don't say who it is.
I'm at the point of total transparency. If my family wants to sue me, come at me. If it's them, let's go to court.
But I think what Nick is trying to say is, like, I'm not getting people to dox you. I'm not getting people to harass you.
Right now.
These are family members releasing private information about you.
Nick, did you speak to the family, Joy's? I did today. They are terrified of Joy. This is something I haven't.
Doesn't matter. People are terrified for no reasons.
What? I don't speak. Like, yeah, exactly. What does that matter with you defaming me? And working with Based Mama to send people harassing me. And by the way, Keem, just to give you a heads up, these people supposedly are my family. They just started speaking, maybe it was around October when I left YouTube. Before the several months before then, it was several other different people, just to give you some context.
And to Keem, I would say, as a victim of false allegations myself, Keen, when you have a paper about you that's so wrong as Nick's paper is, you trigger a wave of shit. What if a part of this wave of shit came from her family? That doesn't change anything. There's still something out there that inspires thousands of people to tweet at this girl mean stuff
about Joy's behavior.
What does it matter if whether or not you're right or wrong about something? That doesn't matter. So if we're Nick, if we're to believe that Joy's past is something that matters so much about what she's currently doing, then why don't we talk about Dodger? Nick?
Dodger that you harassed. Yes, let's talk about your past. By the way,
let's talk about the girl you stalked and harassed.
Should we contact your family?
Clearly,
and talk to them.
Someone's previous personal private life is something that's so important that needs to be told. Let's talk about Dodger.
I can tell the whole story if you want.
Yeah, go ahead, and then we'll tell you when you're wrong.
In August 2012, I joined YouTube at age 17, I think. 17.
How old are you, Nick?
23. Okay. So 2012. And I was a parody channel of Dodger's name. Yes, and she saw one of my little parody videos that I made and gave it a comment. And all of a sudden, I had all this YouTube attention brought on me. And I continued to make fan videos, and I branched out from Dodger as a subject. At all the meanwhile, a group of people on 4chan decided to start this rumor that Dodger hated me, and as some new kid of the internet, I was just like, no, I didn't harass her. But in trying to defend myself, and this very arrogant pursuit on my part to try and defend myself, I basically created my own monster. And I became...
What monster was that you created?
Because Dodger put out a twit long talking about how you did harass her, and she's scared of you. Because we can pull that up if you want to spin this.
From June 2014, yes.
Joy, may I read the message?
You are more than welcome. You have my permission to put out whatever the fuck you want, Andy.
I'm not gonna say the family member, but this is the claim that Nick has put out there. Please be warned, my family member is currently experiencing a complete mental break. Joy has untreated mental health problems, and we have been trying to have her committed because she will not follow through with a physician prescribed outpatient mental health treatment by a real mental health professional. We were able to successfully have her committed for an evening after a suicide threat, but she checked herself out the same evening. We continue to stand behind the validity of Mr. Repzion's video, and we continue to sympathize with the some blank family. We maintain that most of her detractors on the harassers list are people who have made their mission to warn others about Joy's spiraling destructive behavior, or former patrons who have seen her behavior firsthand. Our hearts continue to break as we struggle between our family love for Joy and who she used to be versus the right thing she did.
This is a joke, Andy.
Yeah,
There's
no way that's real. There's no way that's real.
Okay.
That is somebody on the internet making a statement as it's like a family statement that you would see on TV or something. I'm sorry, but that is not real. That is not real.
Andy, let's do this.
Mr. Repzion's video like this.
Andy, let's actually, you know what? Excuse me, I want to prove something. Andy, if you want, because here's the thing. I've been very open that my family are toxic people to me. I've been open about this. Andy, if you would like to disclose the email address, I won't say who it is, but I can say whether or not it's real. The funny thing is, if it's real, that has proved me right on my claims if they're standing by Mr. Repzion and Nick Monroe, who have now been outed as liars and defamers. So I'm happy to clear my name there, and I won't say who it is.
They never said they stood by...
I got a People say wrong mic again? Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, I'm telling you, that
what is wrong?
That statement's
what is
not
wrong
real.
With this shit?
Let's see if it is. Let's see if it is, Andy. Let me know.
Fuck.
It's real.
You know what? I can tell you if it's real. I can tell you because I know their email addresses.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare tell me.
Don't you dare find my troll. Don't you dare discover that I trusted a fucking troll on the internet.
Time out. The only way that's real, Nick, is if you assisted with writing that statement. Did you help them in any way write the statement?
I did not help them write the statement in any way.
Then I'm sorry, but it just seems so incredibly fake. The wording and everything seems like a goddamn DMs.
Even if it comes from a family member of ours who also happens to be a troll.
They wrote it for that video.
They are backing Mr. Repzion's video. I just demonstrated that the 10 claims that he makes are all false.
Not Mr. Repzion's video. Whatever video came out that the guy I can't remember the name of the other guy that not Mr. Repzion Keemstar, the other guy you talked about.
Did you read Mr. Repzion? I heard you say Mr. Repzion.
Well, Keem talked about Mr. Repzion and another guy I can't remember.
No. Andy, when he read the text, he said, we continue to back Mr. Repzion's video. Is that true, Andy, that in the text you read there is an acknowledgement of Mr. Repzion?
That's true, but like the statement was read on another stream. The other guy...
Whoever wrote this
other guy
backed the video with 10 false claims.
Tommy C. That's it.
I don't care. Whoever wrote this was wrong.
Sorry, I want to ask one thing. Okay, the Facebook profile you sent me, that wasn't print screened with the message I just read. How do I know that message I just read was from that Facebook profile?
Give us some more info before I say anything.
Because it wasn't even in the Facebook a messenger font. It looks like it's an email, but you sent me that little blurb, that few paragraphs I just read. and then you sent me a Facebook profile, but the fonts don't match up to Facebook Messenger. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like, how do I know that?
Above the Facebook profile, there is Facebook DM messages.
Mm-hmm.
You did not read that yet. It says, "Here is my suggestion. Tell him I said it wouldn't help to bring us up."
Okay, what the person says, "Here's my suggestion. Tell him I said it won't help to bring us up. If he continues and does Warski, it is imperative that he watches Repsion video again." I watched that video and there was a lot of fucking false information there. Plus, it was Wizards information.
Which automatically invalidates it because the dude's a wizard. Okay.
Yeah.
It shows some instability. Obviously, that he still believes these things. That he thinks a giant has walked into the room.
He got therapy.
He got therapy for apparently what happened. Nick, I have messages from 10 months ago of him telling me about his anti. Come on.
Yeah, like you got a 2-year window for me with crazy. Like if you believe some crazy shit within 2 years of today, that means nigga you still crazy. If it's past 2 years one day, you might be okay.
The Dodger thing's from June 2014 and it's 2018, so that 2-year window's up.
Nick, you got to give us a little bit more evidence on how you verified that it was a family member. Like, did you meet this person in person? Did they send you like private pictures of that family member in Joyce? Like,
I talked to my contact on the phone, who was the person who got in touch with Joy's family.
Wait, there's a third
so
party.
You never spoke to Joy's family member directly.
No.
And who did? And who did?
Where are these DMs from? I could forge a DM. I could put a DM right now, like from JF saying, "Hey, Andy, may I suck your dick?" and be like, "Look what JF said, everyone."
And don't you realize, by the way, I want to say this
right there, fucking Walter Cronkite on the case.
I want to say this again.
No.
Doesn't this then vindicate me when I have said my family are very toxic people for me and there's a reason I don't speak with them? Wouldn't it vindicate me saying that if they are backing Repsion and you who are known proven liars? And by the way, if that is my family, why did they choose not to help me with all my physical issues and instead scream she's mentally ill to where an ex-boyfriend had to come help me, where I am ready in front of all of you except for Nick because I can't trust him to show my records, and you can screenshot just the part because I don't want to put out my social security or my doctor's name or where I live. You can screenshot to see I am sick. What family members turn their back on somebody legitimately physically sick?
I had to ask about your medical records. Are you just going to show them billing codes that show that you said you had fibromyalgia and they tested you for it? Or
Nick Monroe, oh my God, hold on. I love it. Oh my God, you are doing my work for me.
She's delivering everything, and you just admitted you don't have sources, and you want her to have the paper and the billing and everything.
I'm just asking.
You just trusted a third-party source.
I'm just asking her a question.
Nick Monroe, no. Okay, let's ask you. I want to ask you a question. I need you to tell me, how did they diagnose fibromyalgia, Nick Monroe? In detail, how did they diagnose fibromyalgia?
I just know it's a long and complicated process. I'm not a doctor.
Okay, so you don't know what you're talking about when you say you want some sort of this or that for it. Fibromyalgia is a pain disorder. They don't quite know what it is. There's a series of questions. They do blood work to try to rule out other things. And there are pressure points where they say, where is the pain? If they can't figure out where the pain is coming from, fibromyalgia is an overall umbrella term for chronic systemic pain that they can't figure out.
That is true.
I mean, even though like we're dealing with, this medical issue versus the medical issue of thinking you're a goddamn wizard. I mean, like
a wizard that got therapy because he realized he had a problem.
And Keem, you don't think that someone who talks about a wizard's is very credible, or
10 months ago?
I don't think Repsion. I also don't think Repsion's credible. Just before from his past behavior and what he's currently doing, and the same thing with Tommy C. I mean, the guy literally is just a phony, a fake fraud, you know, who will do and say anything that he thinks is going to get ahead.
I think Repsion's putting out great content. He really keeps me up to date with all the chicken nuggets through Dad's. I mean, he tells me about how good they are. I trust this man's word.
I'd like to say something. I really need to point this out.
Hang on, wait, Joy, hang on, Joy, please. Wait, hang on, Geek, you didn't like the review of the chicken nuggets?
Dude, I haven't even paid attention.
That was good.
Our joke is there's 5,000 views on it. It's him eating nuggets in his car for half an hour. Fucking Repsion.
Did you see his good BarkBox review?
I didn't see that, but I'm glad he's a welder now.
Yeah. I need to point. I want to point this out because Nick keeps saying that something that happened between me and Philip 12 years ago made him get therapy. So okay, Nick. Well, let me explain something. If you go, you can do it right now. Go to Philip Schlicker or it might be Nietzsche Statham on You Now. Yes, he had a girl on. This was 10 months ago, where he talks about his battle with Molech and Legion and the Giantess.
Yeah, that's the one I did a video on.
And you're trying to act like this is something way in his past that he got therapy for.
If he was a furry, you condemn him for that too.
Geek, I have some bad news. Someone just DM'd me something that reveals personal information about you. It says, hey Andy, Geekthulhu said he wants to blow you, and I'll write this on a napkin if you need an official document, aka a napkin.
A napkin. Yeah, I was going to bring up the napkin thing.
What's that mean?
You don't remember the night that we were all talking about Daddy 05? I think you were drunk outside and Keemstar came in.
Oh yeah, I was hammered.
And then he said, "What if I wrote this down about you and held up this napkin and said, I can't remember who he said. I think it was about Tonka. And he said something about Tonka, and then when #napkin became a thing."
So sorry, Geek. Everyone knows you want to suck my dick now.
Well, that's true.
Real fast. Big donation from Gabriel Lopez, 50R. Jesus Christ, thank you, man. Blood ranking. Number 1, Roosh. Number 2, Nick Fuentes. Number 3, Venti. And JF, not you, JF, but other JF, $20. Thank you very much for that donation. And last one, JF threw another $20 to say, MD here. The psych history is nonsense. You aren't committed if you are admitted. MDs also don't document like that. Even if she was seen by a psych, the MD needs to write everything the PT says down as they say it.
Thank you. Yes.
Patient.
I have never, ever been admitted into a psych ward. That is a lie. That is an absolute lie. And if any of you guys want to pull like you guys on here, except for Nick Monroe, I would be happy to prove it. At this point, I have backed up and proven everything I've said. And when you guys are ready, we'll get to those medical records because I do have copper toxicity. I do have aluminum toxicity, slight mercury toxicity, as well as fibromyalgia, hypothyroidism, IBS. Everything I have said is true. Everything.
No, because your stepbrother just DM'd me, told McKinley, and says she's lying. Please don't dox me. Shit, sorry, Toad.
Can you send me?
He's a fucking troll.
Send me the info privately?
He's a fucking troll.
Oh, okay.
He's a known troll.
His email address was
sarcasm.
I think that right there.
Know what to believe.
I also feel like that right there kind of displays that Joy is. You do often take things way too seriously. And I feel like part of the reason why a lot of people, keep harassing you and bullying you and doxing you and whatnot is because any little thing you feel the need to defend yourself. And I'm the same way. I am the same way. So I sympathize with you. But do you feel like, maybe part of it's your problem and that you should be ignoring a lot of this?
Akeem, I want to say this. For months, I didn't speak about this. I tried to go by that rule of, okay, in a week or two, it's the internet, it goes away. And in my case, and Geekthulhu can back this up because he's watched it with me, there's some different, it's different when it is when it is systemic, organized harassment, and when it's about 40 to 60 people, they will not let it. Even Tommy C admits on his streams, I keep having people every day nonstop trying to get me to do videos on Joy Sparkle. Nerd City wrote me and said the same thing. These are people who are really out to destroy my life, and I didn't talk about them for months until now, because when I left the internet 5 months ago, it continued. I've been quiet, and that's where and I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's where I'm frustrated. What do you do when you go radio silent? And I was silent even when I was on the internet for several months. What do? You know?
Joey, I wanted to say straight out, I'm not out to destroy you.
No, you just facilitate those who do.
You're just immediate. We got it. You don't have intent.
That's the thing. I don't think that Tommy C or Repsian is out to destroy Joy either. I think what they saw is they saw the mob mentality, and just like the frauds that they are, figured, hey, I can get a bunch of people agreeing with me if I, make these attack videos. I can get a lot of support.
And I would like to explain who I think is doing it. And we can see it in the Google Drive I put up. It's Based Mama. Based Mama has point blank said, I'm going to ruin, it's in her tweets. I have copies. I'm going to ruin her internet career, along with the private messages of we've got 40 to 50 people constantly harassing her. I've organized. It's all there back in May.
And
everything is there.
I don't defend her if she did that.
But she said that she told you we have messages.
In fact, Nick, a third party is in contact with Base Mama's relatives, and they told me that she is actually giving these YouTubers, pictures of her feet to make these videos on Joy.
Please tell me this is real. Please tell me this is real. Hey, I'm on. Hey, look, I'm on Base Mama's side. If she sends me a picture of one tit, no offense, Joy. I will change my entire opinion on everything. No,
I didn't know you were into windsocks.
Fuck yeah. No, but seriously, Keem, I wanted to ask you because Tommy has been messaging me the last 2 or 3 days. You know Tommy better than I do, but he's been messaging me the freaking last 2 or 3 days saying, don't believe Joy, this, that, all this. Like he's sending me tons of messages. He's in contact with Rose, etc. So finally, I was like, dude, come on the show and just chat with her. He says he doesn't want a big yelling match, so he refuses to do this. And then today he did his whole entire show based on this situation.
And screaming about it.
And then when I bashed him on Kumite, he ended his stream and he does not want to hop on. Do you, can you give us any insight on what he may be doing or thinking or?
I think Tommy C should come on your stream.
I think, dude,
did I say your name?
Tommy C will literally do anything to, get exposure and attention. But I've noticed that he will back away, if it's a situation where he's just going to lose,
and he will,
without shame of a doubt. And in this situation, I think there was a stream prior to you going live, because a bunch of people were sending it to me, where he was like, man, I really like Andy, I really respect him and all this stuff, and man, I can't be bothered with this, and I'm mad that he doesn't like me, and it's just, I don't know, it was something along those lines. So I just feel like it's one of those situations where he feel like this is a situation where he's going to lose, so it doesn't make sense for him to continue.
Well, yeah, I think there was a point where, okay, now I may be wrong about this, but people were sending me that he said if he comes on the show, his entire view or life view may be
worldview will change. Yes.
Yeah, worldview. And I'm like, well, isn't that the point when you're apprehensive about a situation and then you pop on here? Like, if you pop on here and you're like, no, I still think you're all wrong, fine, fair enough. But if you come on here and change your worldview, doesn't that mean you were wrong originally? That's just what I'm thinking.
I mean, this guy's literally insane. Just a couple weeks ago, he accused this graphic artist of, basically being a con and a fraud and stealing designs and all this stuff. Well, it turns out that he just used royalty-free design and made art based off of that. So once it was exposed that, there was miscommunication and the graphics guy really didn't do anything wrong, you would expect that he would just apologize to him. He told that person, nobody gives apologies in this community, so you're not getting one. The guy is just...
Yeah. Well, actually, someone just sent me a clip from today's stream where he literally begs me to deplatform Joy.
Yes, he says I need to be. And funny thing, I've deleted my channel. There's nothing to deplatform.
I've noticed Tommy C always does this real emotional thing too, which is like super fake, where he'll get real sentimental and he'll be like, "Guys, it's about the kids, man. It's about the kids, and you know, I just can't be involved." And I'm just making. I didn't see his stream. I'm just making that up, but because I know that's something that he would do.
He did it, and let me also say something else. He says that and like I said, if there's any way, and Keem, I would hate to ask you for a favor, I don't know you, but when I deleted my channel, I am dumb. I think you weren't here for this part. Unfortunately, I thought my analytics would be in AdSense. So people are screaming I'm a fraud because I said I would donate all of my AdSense to her. And so people want me to prove it, but it's gone because I just didn't know. It's deleted. I am willing to show I gave her $1,700. That's what I made in AdSense. I will show if there's a contact in YouTube who can get me that, I will put it everywhere. Because then it pissed me off. I thought, how much have you donated? I was on the phone with Rose every day for several weeks. She's asking me for money, asking me to fundraise, asking to help, while she's lying about me and having other people slander me and harass me. He has no idea what he's talking about. How much did he help these kids? Because I put my life on the line to help them. I lost my channel to help them, and I'm willing to back up my claims.
I want to actually step up, and Keem, I agree with you. And JF, I agree with you. Harassment is wrong, and this drama needs to end, and I will take down the
article. Didn't you say that last time, and then you didn't do it?
So Nick just said that he would take down the article. That's important.
Yeah.
Can you finish your sentence, Nick?
Am I allowed?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
don't interrupt him.
No.
See?
Now go.
Despite everything, and you know, spending 3 hours getting my ass mauled here,
feels good, eh?
Oh, it builds character.
That's what our show's about.
Make a YouTube video about blood sports.
Joy, I don't want you being harassed, and I don't agree. If you ruin your own life, that's on you. But I don't want to be a contributing factor to that, and I will take down this article.
Thank you, and I would like you to write something about what
I thought our show does nothing. Mr. Medicare made a video. It said it was just Jerry Springer.
That's all.
Nick Monroe, I would like to make a stipulation. You need to write an article, and you need to clear up every lie that's in there. You have lies including, like, I don't like, what was it you said when it came to Philip? I gave him $305. It's $405. You got so many facts wrong. So make another article, clean up every single lie and inconsistency that's in it, and I'll think about not going after you legally.
Joy, I think you're part of the problem. Like, you got to understand that there has to be some type of compromise, right? It can't be a situation where Nick has to just bend over, grab his ankles, and say, you know,
if he has to be
it has to be somewhere in the middle.
Fucking wrong. You got, sometimes you just got to bend over and take it in the ass.
Exactly.
You know?
But with the amount of what's happened in my life, I think that's entirely fair to ask for. I think it's entirely fair.
It's not like one little thing he was wrong about. He was wrong about a great many things.
Almost everything he was wrong about.
Nick, are you open to writing an article saying how some wrong information in your original article led to targeted harassment? Are you willing to at least make that statement?
What kind of statement? Like, does it need to be an entire, like, you see my articles are like 20,000 words. I can't make like 20,000 more words.
Oh, you could on this. You could.
What about even a tweet? Even a tweet, like, you know,
a tweet announcing that I took down the article for such and such reasons. Yes.
And what would those reasons be? Just what would those reasons be, real quick, so we can get Joy to respond?
I think this drama needs to end. First and foremost,
just answer his question. What are the reasons why you take out?
He's answering.
Oh, I thought you were just okay. Sorry, I thought you were dodging. My bad.
I think, first of all, this drama needs to end for every party involved, and if my article helps to end this drama, then yes, I will take it down.
Would there be a part that says that there was incorrect information in the original article, in the tweet?
Given the past of Phil that was revealed, there's too much information in doubt that can't be proven correct one way or the other.
So Nick,
Joyce, Joyce, I think that's fair.
Beautiful.
Joyce, I
that's
really
beautiful.
do think that's fair.
Joyce, let me explain something to you, Joy. You won't get this guy to reinvestigate stuff, and in fact, you don't want that.
Yeah.
You want this guy to disappear from your life.
I agree. Then this is what I would
I'm
say.
not saying that it will fix all your life.
I understand.
You want this guy to never again investigate anything that relates remotely to you.
And I agree with that. So here's the compromise I'll make. I'll take a tweet, and you put this on your blog. I would like a statement in your blog. So I know I want a specific blog, a specific article, and you can do it however you want. That says, I wrote these articles about her. There was too much I got wrong. I'd like you to list what you got wrong, and that's it. You don't have to do any big thing. But that's what I would like, because people went there and got the information. So I'd like you to correct the information there.
But didn't we do this just a few days ago on my show?
He agreed to, and
then
then
we already reached this type of accord?
We did.
And then suddenly he just turned.
You demanded my private DMs.
That bullshit. You demanded private shit from her too.
That's right.
Okay, all right. If he doesn't do it on Tuesday's show, we'll bring it back up and we'll put the fire to your feet. So just do what you have to do. Like right now, we can't.
I can take down an article and put up a tweet.
Done. All right. Cool.
And before we didn't even ask you to take down the article. We just asked you to add a
it's cool.
Put a retraction.
I'm not gonna make.
It's good. Hey, we got this. It's all set in stone.
I'm just trying to show that we've already had this conversation.
Yeah. No. I
and we already had an agreement. So just to make everybody aware that when he backs out or reneges on it, that he's.
Did you say Nick on it?
Reneged.
Oh, jeez.
Reniggered.
Oh no!
I mean, reneged. Sorry, it's the show. It does something to you.
Okay, and one last thing before we do final thoughts, and then Jeff, like, are we good with this? Okay, one more thing, and I want you to stay here for this as well. Then we'll do final thoughts, and then we'll do post show right after with just me and JF. But Failure accomplishes here. Hey, what's up, Failure? Or just don't fucking respond with your fucking microphone. Okay, yeah, this guy's always laying back in his chair. He has to lean forward. You have a clip ready to play. What's up, man? He woke up like, what the fuck's going on, guys? Yeah, you have that clip, and this is just a really funny clip. Cognitive Thought had posted this, and this is Monsieur Tommy C saying how we can fix the situation. This was his thoughts today before ending his stream.
I think, and I'm not trying to start a hashtag here, and I'm not trying to tell people what to do. And I'm not trying to tell people what to do. And I'm not saying if you see people doing this to go freaking light up their comments or do whatever the fuck they're doing to me now. I have a solution to this. It has been verified for her family that she is actually sick. And we should have a certain amount of empathy for her, that she has been locked up, that they have tried to commit her. And I've explained in this show before on different situations, it had nothing to do with her, how difficult it is to get somebody committed.
Hi, listen, I want to get my friend sectioned. Yes, but I don't know what the procedure is. How easy would that be to do, a sectioning? I mean, would I have to be involved at all, or could I just give you the house number and assure you that she is completely mental?
You got to fucking shoot up a school to go to jail in the United States. I don't know why that is, but that's the whole freaking gun debate. That's what Joy Sparkle is. And unfortunately, her conditions wreak havoc on those people, like it normally does when you can't lock somebody up. All right?
Joy Sparkles is the gun debate.
If there's anyone who's going nuts here, it's not me, it's you. They could section you for trying to section me.
If you try to section me, Mark, you'll have crossed the line, and I will section you, so help me.
Can you pause that for 2 seconds? Can you pause? This is the same tactic that this lunatic does. He'll say something so unlogical, so crazy, but he does it in this sentimental, like, someone's about to die voice, dude.
Hey, Failure, play that thing that I put on the side. It's a really quick loop.
It's true, Keem. Guys, I just want to tell you before I continue. Yeah, it's that voice.
Failure, play that thing in the side, like when he was like saying, I'm not going to go on Andy's stream because of the kids, and he was like morally grandstanding.
To be honest with you, I don't do too much of that stuff. First of all, I don't like moral grandstanding. It's just not my thing. I don't care when other people do it.
I agree with
to be honest with you, I don't.
By the way, when you say I don't like moral grandstanding, you're moral grandstanding. I never do moral fagging, you know.
Well, since we're requesting clips, can I play a clip?
Yeah, well, hang on. I think Cog added those clips in between to keep it fair use. But show that last. I think the last part is where he talks about deplatforming Joy.
Condition is wreaking havoc on other people, like it normally does when you can't lock somebody out. All right.
Are you? Look, if there's
Okay,
anything
enough.
here, it's not me, it's you.
Enough with these skits. Go ahead and show that clip that you want to show. Yeah.
Oh, here's more.
Yeah. Just skip those.
Yeah, it could be really, really entertaining and what have you, but that would just basically take apart what I just said in the last hour.
Here it is.
It would be a destruction of everything that I believe personally.
Never challenge your worldview.
This entire show has been against everything that Tommy stands for. Let's see this deplatforming clip.
The way to solve the Joy Sparkle problem is this, and it's probably too late, but it's still the right thing to do. She is a mental patient. She's very ill. She's not of her own volition, and she's destructive because of it. We are to deplatform. I'm not trying to tell people what to do. We are to.
I don't like what you're saying. Take it away from them.
Fuck you, Joy. Sorry.
We have to deplatform.
Joke.
Hey guys, I feel I'm really embarrassed that he found out that I hit up a school full of children. Obviously, I don't like how did he find it? He found me out. He got me, Tommy. See, it's that. This is the kind of stuff that, like, if I were to try to get a job later, could stop me from getting a job. This is fucking awful.
Here's the thing. I find Tommy C absolutely entertaining. And the reason why is I watch his show, all right? And I watch this man, this 40-year-old man, all right, just spew out the most ridiculous shit with the most serious face. And I pretend, all right, that it's all satire, and I just laugh my fucking ass off. All right? But the thing is with Tommy C is he's actually being serious. He's actually, I mean, he knows what he's saying is bullshit, right? But he's actually trying to portray that as a real statement. And
I do that with people too. Like I know people who I cringe watch. Like I know I'm not gonna enjoy their video, but you still find it entertaining because you don't enjoy it to that point where it's like The Room, like the movie The Room. But yeah, is there any more to that clip? Yeah. Failure? All right.
Form.
I think it's almost done though.
I'm not trying to tell people what to do. We are to deplatform.
I'm not trying to tell people what to do.
And turn off. And before you say, oh, Tommy, you believe in deplatforming? She is not a person with a political opinion that's divergent to mine or anybody else's. She is a mental patient that is being destructive to other people. She needs to be deplatformed. She needs to be deplatformed.
She needs to be deplatformed.
I plead with Andy Warski never to put her on again. I plead with anybody else because they really, in my opinion, be doing.
What are you doing, man? You know, Joy's the worst. One time she told the 12-year-old that was being bullied, if you really want to show the bullies, go to school and fucking shoot up the school.
I did.
Person, Joy.
I mean, I actually shot the children. Obviously, this is where it's just like, what do you do when it's been this for a year and people believe it? Like they believe
I just gotta say, Tommy C, that was a great performance. All he needed was sad music in the background. I mean, it was really good. I enjoyed
it's that violin.
I enjoyed it.
I like how his loser appearances fits well with the super chat amounts that he's getting.
What? I feel like my super chats.
Hang on, Chip, what do you want? Geek? I'm sorry, Failure? You were laughing?
I didn't have a chip, no.
Oh, I heard you go. Sorry. I was sure you were going to chip there. Yeah, let's do. Are you ready for final thoughts?
My final thoughts?
I had a clip real quick.
Okay, yeah, 20-second clip. It's from when Keem was on Failure stream.
The oldie but a goodie.
Who said that? Who said that?
You said that. Reading documents.
Am I speaking Portuguese, Keem?
I'm sorry. What is your name? Tonka Shaw. I'm going to write that Tonka Shaw is a pedophile on this paper. This is now a document. You are a pedophile. See, it's a document, so this is 100% proof.
Well, Keem, as usual, you're wrong.
Hashtag Napkeem.
I don't even remember what that was about. What the hell was that about?
I was so upset I missed that stream because I was just drunk.
We were talking about the Daddy 05 stuff, and you called Tonka Saw a pedophile because he was bringing up documents or whatever. Yeah.
All right, let's do final thoughts real quick. Nick, you can go first.
Final thoughts are: my article's gone. I do not condone harassment or the continuation of this drama in any way. Never, ever again even put me and Joy in the same sentence.
Done.
Well, you're the journalist, so I think that's kind of up to you.
Very successful, very successful. Joy.
My final thought, I would like, if it's okay, we have enough time, can I don't know how I would do this. I'd like to open up a window, and I'd like Nick Monroe to drop out, and everybody, you guys can verify. You can look at my medical records. This has been a huge point of contention everywhere on the internet, calling me a scam artist.
You don't have to do that.
Do not send.
We believe you. I've examined the claim against you, and they don't hold. The claims, the medical claims of Mr. Rebzion of other, they don't hold. I believe you.
And I know you guys believe me, but I'm willing. I'm willing to.
No, Joy. I remember everyone was claiming that you didn't send the money to charity. You sent me your bank password, and I'm like, don't send me your bank password like over DMs. So I believe you. Don't worry, okay?
Well, willing. I'm willing right now.
No. I know you are. But
I've seen them. They exist.
Yes, and me and Geekthulhu have been friends for a very long time. So all right, cool. And any other final thoughts?
I want the harassment to stop. I want people to know if it does not stop, I will be taking legal action. If there's anybody listening that would like to help me with that, please reach out to me at joysparklebs@gmail.com.
I will pick up some M16s and we'll fucking end everyone's life.
Concluding statement or conclusive? They cannot be responded
yeah, Nick, sorry. No, that's it. You aren't able to add to that. Sorry, Geekthulhu.
I picked up Divinity Original Sin 2, so you can
add me tonight. Let's do it.
Yeah, me, you, Big Fat Brian. We can play. We got our dicks kicked in last night. We were streaming. It was terrible.
Done.
Terrible.
Done. Perfect. Cool. And Keem.
My final thoughts are this. Like, I feel like this drama it needs to end. And Joy, I would ask you, but just please don't defend yourself on this issue revolving Daddy 05 ever again. Anything stemming from this issue, whether it be Repsion, Tommy, Base Mama, don't defend yourself. Ignore it. Everyone here, we love drama. We love talking about drama. We like engaging in drama. That's one of the reasons why this situation got so big. I feel like there just has to be a different story where it's not revolved around, innocent children. And whatever that story is, I'd love to see, Nick and Joy face off again. But not this story. Let this one die.
I think Keemstar is trying to protect his cottage industry from drama.
Conclusion has been pronounced.
And also Keemstar, thanks for being on the show. I've never met you before. It's been a pleasure. And everyone, as always, that was fantastic. There was a conclusion to this drama, which is very cool, and it was a nice change of pace from our usual politic debates. So everyone, thanks for being here. And JF, I'm sorry?
I don't get final thoughts.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, because you weren't really, sorry. I'm sorry. You can have a
my final thoughts are that Nick Monroe sounds like a pussy and Joy fucking Sparkle still has fucking shitty hair.
I do.
All right, there we go. Thanks all for being on, and appreciate it, Failure, for hopping on and showing those clips. And JF and I will stay for post show and read some super chats. So everyone, we'll see you all later.
Bye.
All right, peace. Everyone.
I'm off the soy.
Nice, peace, dude.
Good decision.
This is always the awkward part.
Yeah, you should kick them.
Yeah.
Like I do on my stream.
I wasn't paying it.
Jesus Christ.
That was a fun stream. That was different, man. That was good.
My IQ Discord was so bored and so intellectually unstimulated that they decided that while they were watching the stream, they would post a porn pic every 30 seconds so that their brain can have the cognitive load that they need.
But look, it was a nice change. It's nice to jump off the it's nice to jump into community stuff once in a blue moon. Yeah. And what someone even super chatted, this brings in a different type of audience who's interested in this type of thing. They'll subscribe, and then maybe they'll watch the politics streams or the other streams, and they'll be interested in that. So it's widening up the market. Again, also, last 2 weeks have all been about politics. So it's nice to jump off that. Here, and again, plus Thursday, we have the big debate, huge debate between you, Spencer, versus V and fucking Arch, who apparently is an amazing debater. And it was 130,000 subs. So that's going to be a crazy one on Thursday. And Tuesday is about the entire platform and anti-blood sports people. So it was nice to do a little change of pace and nice to clear up that drama. I had a lot of fun.
And don't get me wrong. What we did today was major. It was a major issue, this thing. It's major in many ways. First, because the solution that we've reached is the best we could have hoped for.
Mm. Yeah, definitely.
Nick is gonna be Nick, and that's why I told. I have so much issues with everything that's been discussed. Each of these people have some problem in their head, it seems to me. But when Keemstar points to the faults in Joy Sparkle, be careful, because no matter what fault you have in your life and your style and the way you interact with the world, this is your cognitive liberty. She has the right to be different. It doesn't warrant and it doesn't justify bullying. And sometimes I was hearing him kind of excusing the bullying. There is no excuse for bullying. She has the right to be different. She has the right to make 60 videos about something she's obsessed about. She comes out of all of this to me as someone very intelligent, because she worked her way out of bullying through 6 months of works and accumulation of information that I don't expect in someone like this, that I don't expect in the average YouTuber.
Also, I have to say, I just sent to Nick also a DM. Respect for him for sticking around the entire time while it was like 2-3 verse 1. And at the end, you all convinced him to delete that article and tweet a retraction, and that's respects on him. He was a very tough nut to crack, and I did feel bad a little bit because it was 3-on-1 and I was trying to but he was hard to crack and he wasn't really realizing what he was doing, but in the end he figured it out and did the right thing. So respects on that. I have to say respects on that, as much as what he did cause problems for Joy, which is never forgivable. However, learning from your mistakes and hoping that you don't do the same shit in the future to someone else is the best we can hope for here on Worski Live. Am I right?
Yeah, and also those people who are watching us, maybe one day they will have their blogs and their YouTubes and they will not fall on the same errors that of our generation.
Yeah, exactly. And crazy Keemstar hopped on. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I was like, well, yo, this is crazy, man. Yeah, that's so cool, man. So, and you know what's funny? People are saying Andy Worski's the Keemstar of YouTube of politics. It's like, yo, they hop on and see Keemstars on the show. That's why it's red and black, right? Because that's his fucking color theme too. All right. You wanted to read some super chats and engage with the audience? I have to blow my nose. My nose is fucking running as shit right now. I'm just gonna look for exactly where we were. Sorry, I think it was. I think I got it right. Thirsty for blood.
Oh, some people are questioning. While you show your super chat window, some people are questioning my evaluation that Joy Sparkle is intelligent. I'm telling you, this is a woman with some emotional characteristics that are extremely special, but she has a high IQ. You can see that in the way she follows the conversation. This girl never detract the conversation towards something that was not relevant.
Oh my. Okay. I'm gonna put it on.
She's on point. Now you might disagree that her point is valid, but she's on point. She's not like Nick who loses his mind, talks about something else.
God damn. Sorry. Okay, I'll be right back, dude.
All right. So let's read the super chat. Pagan Goddess, 88 sec. Andy looks good today. For the future, please have on more intelligent women like Annika O'Brien and try to weed out the trad tots. Per Demon, 5 Australian. Andy, is your new Red Studio background an analogy for the US today? Why it's being replaced thanks to commerce? Andrew Wilson, $10 Australian. JF prepares the scene for blood. Yeah, that was a long intro, but it was needed on the record as an archive. Everyone now knows the claims of Mr. Rebzians were false. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $5 US. Press 1 if you would rather hear reviews of vape liquid flavors. Alec the Bunny, £5. Off topic, but I've recently unsubbed from Sargon of Akkad. He's going downhill.
I think I read these ones, no? Yeah.
Yeah, you read a couple.
Hang on. I think we were right here. Here, I can read a few. Oh my god, my nose. I'm still like in that like half sneezing phase, but I'll try not to.
Okay.
Here. Andrew Wilson, $5. We're reaching new audiences through this debate. Stand by the race war scheme, man. I like body shots. $2. When Keem gets on, ask. Let's hear his take on the JQ. I should have done that. Everyone. Your take on the JQ, go ahead.
Hey, Keem.
Hey, Keem. JQ, go. Fuck, I should have done that. I wish I read that.
5 minutes intro statement, go ahead.
Andrew M, $5. Type Alex is a stupid nigger in the chat that get Keemstar on. Gunrunner, $2. The cringe is real. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2. My new neighbor smoke weed. What's up with that? Drama alert. Yeah, he threw $50 to help. Yeah, I said that earlier. He supported the show. Thanks to Keemstar for that. Andrew Wilson, $5. JF's magical journey. DW. He will work in race realism.
There's no job in race realism.
AW, $5. Andy, did someone really send you a tweet complaining about me? If so, I'm damn proud. At JF, did you get my last reply on that video / thoughts there?
I would have to watch. I did get 5 or 6 replies that I put on my to-do list. You're probably part of it.
All right. Denise P, $5. The truth will be heard finally. BPL Nothing Channel, $5. JF should invite Stefan Amalniu on to discuss his rational proofs of secular ethics. Get him to debate people too.
I want to blood sport Stefan Molyneux since he's on YouTube. I was a fan of Stefan Molyneux, and I think I could tickle his axioms for moral realism.
Everyone, right now, tweet Stefan Molyneux right now to battle Jeff. Everyone who has Twitter right now, make it annoying if he doesn't respond.
I question your axioms. Stefan Molyneux, I question your axioms for moral realism.
All right. And if he doesn't respond, he's a pussy. All right.
I don't think that will work with him.
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I think I'm back. Cougar Lily, $2, or Cougar Lee, $2. Joy has already been exposed as a psycho-ish rehash, but I think the tides have changed. Andrew Wilson, $10. Repsion is an anti-white cuck, chat FYI, anti-race realism. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2. Press V for virgin if girls are stupid. Ree. Josh, 1920, $2. Andy, touch a teen, you get the multi-knee Warski. Logical Muay Thai, sorry. Oh, I read an L there. My eyes are burning or some shit. Sorry. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2. Press re for re. Moi, 10 CHF. Subscribe to Keemstar. You want to read on for a little bit?
Yep. We have Akunjin, $2 Australian. Keemstar, a hacker, check vexed vids. Howie, Felter Puss, $5 US. Tommy C doesn't care enough about kids to shoot up Hasbro. Andy is the real protector of children. Garrett Green, $10 US. I thought Andy was friends with Rebzion. Keemstar, nice to meet you. But why are you perpetuating genocentric stereotypes? Joy, I see why you went off YouTube, but why delete all your old videos? Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2 US. This Tommy C fella sounds like a real goof.
Oh yeah, No, I haven't been Repsion's buddy for a while actually, because he was upset I bashed Kilroy and he was being a bitch about it.
Seeing red, $5 Canadian. Did you know that Keemstar was on the side of Daddy 05 when the boy was being abused, but immediately changed his tune after the girl got slapped?
And they all called her out. He was called out for that. So yeah.
Garrett Green, $5 US. So Keemstar is a full-blown genocentric white knight. I wouldn't say that. Alt-right, tree-hugging vegan, thanks for the $2 US. Water jabbers, $5 US. Andy, stop letting alt-right Nazi fascists like Joy Sparkles on your show. Think of the children, Andy.
Sorry.
I think it was sarcastic. Navit Nolas, $2 US. Get him, Joy. We got your back. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $5 US. This is best blood sport ever. I'm glad my paycheck is going to this. Your turn.
Exiled Postman, $5. Man, for someone named Joy, she sounds really pissed off. Mark Deaton, $5. I'm pretty sure Andy is stoked to have a show where he doesn't have to read 1,000 racist super chats. Tonight he's just regular assholes. Andrew Wilson, $10. I hate women who pull the woman card starting to hate Sparkles. Weep for the culture, $10. Zyklon Joy, just cause the soy fag. Edge King, $5. Someone slapped this hoe shrill. Gun Runner, $10. She has more testosterone than him. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2. This lady is fucking rad. Yeah. Adam Smith, $5. Never heard any of these people, but I can tell that Joy is the type to try to act like a man getting another man's face hit him, get punched, and then cry. Bad Mr. Gary, $2. Is it a hate crime watching Joy smear this queer? Oh my god. Wow. I think JF is laughing right now.
Yeah, at one point he admitted that he was imitating a woman. Was I on drugs or something?
There's so much I was dealing with on DMs and the chat that
I might have missed that. The record indicates that Nick indicated that a past YouTube channel of his was him dressing as a woman.
Yeah. Okay. 135150, etc. $5. Who the fuck are these people? When can we talk about the ethno state instead of this? Okay. We've talked about the ethno state all last week. Watch, there's 25 hours of content in the last 2 weeks about the ethno state. What else do you need? Jesus. JF has go on JF's channel. I've linked down there. You did a 4-hour stream. Yeah, sorry about that. They had booked the show and I had no idea. I wasn't even home. So sorry about that, Jeff. But you apparently had an awesome show.
It did be very fun.
Yeah, it did?
Oh yeah, as I said, Papa JF rakes in the super chat when Andy misses.
There you go. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2. Burn everything with fire. I don't need money. Fire. Gabriel Lopez, $10. Nick is a sub faggot who's currently masturbating to this crazy band. She's going at him. True story. Alfonso Beltran, $2. Hashtag who's the French guy? Hashtag Warski Ghetto. Sean Taylor, $2 New Zealand dollars. Can I at least get a link to the backstory here? Watch the entire beginning of the stream. JF had written a novel about it. It was beautiful. Jessica Ustas, $5. The Blood God. Hold up. I need more buckets for all this blood stuff. Isaac Hernandez, $10. This is the type of cancerous crap that's going to kill the blood sports. I don't give a damn about this chicks drama. Keep the topic on debates, or you can wait or watch the 25 hours worth of streams in the past week. If you don't like it, then piss off. Thank you for the $10, you fucking faggot. Gareth Green, $10. I'm just joking. Isaac, thank you. But again, if you don't enjoy, don't watch. Wait for the next one. All right, just stay tuned to our Twitter, and we explain what the show is about. Gareth Green, $10. Joy is perfect for this format. Thanks, Joy, for warning us about Base Mama before the Kilroy mess. I never entirely trusted her. As a result, hashtag KillKrautgate. The D40, €5. JF to read this.
We must now respond to the actions of our enemy. Forward to victory. We must fight back.
Super Godu Satsu, $5. Hey Nick, what's it like getting obliterated like Yamcha from Dragon Ball Z? By the way, Dragon Ball Z Fighters on Steam or PS4 is incredible. Santa Claus Music, £10. Thought this whole situation was about the Daddy 05 kids. Seems like a bunch of adults only looking out for themselves. A damn shame. The kids should always come first. Not when you're being attacked with your phone number and threats and death threats.
The thing is that the story about the kids is what roots everything here. But it's better that we don't talk about this anymore. There was a case of defamation that has followed this case. I prefer personally leaving the kids alone. That it was a tragedy, and let's talk about the current situation.
That's it. You want to read on from there?
All right, Desmond, $2 US. The fuck what? No angry anti-wizard waifu. Weep for the culture, $2 US. I got a fire spell that looks like an oven. Andrew Wilson, $5 Australian. JF to read this. Time spent in reconnaissance is seldom wasted. Napoleon Bonaparte. Eric Hammer, $2 US. Smacking? Don't threaten me with a good time. Weep for the culture, $5 US. JF's face summarizes the stream perfectly. Ariana Sharmer, $5 US. I think it's hilarious that Rebzion made a video on how false accusations can ruin lives. Oh, the irony. 135 blah 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 blah. $2 US. JF, buddy, don't worry, I don't know what's going on either. Andrew Wilson, $5 Australian. JF, smile for the ghetto. Please press 1 to make him smile, brothers. And I did smile at that time. Camera Sport, $10 US. Press 1 if this is boring you. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $5 US. You guys pressing 1 think you're so smart, but what if you're gay? 1 pressers BTFO. Ree! Andrew Wilson, $2 Australian. Press 1 to make Andy smile for the ghetto.
I was busy. Sorry, guys. I was doing a lot of shit in the background.
Yeah. Vince Seeger, £5. Want somebody please think of the children. Press F for the children. Andrew Wilson, $5 Australian. Press 1 to have JF apply moral lip chap.
I saw you do that. You were on some parts you applied lip chap. Yeah.
What logical conclusion? $5 US. The ADL has just reported that hating on the stream is an anti-Semitic hate symbol. Logical conclusion, $5 US. For those just joining, these people say stuff, and then this lady screams about tits. She really doesn't like the small gay man.
Andrew Wilson, $5. JF has an uncommonly fine singing voice, a fine timbre. Press 1 to make him sing more.
La 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 la.
Beautiful. I'm hard now. Kawi Kids Club, $5. I'm watching a man being murdered live. This has to be illegal. Serial griller for life. 50 DKK. Can you debate a Muslim about refugee problem in Sweden/Denmark? Would be interested to hear their point of view. I'm anti-Islam, but still. Yeah, we should definitely find that. That'd be cool. Diamond News, $5. Every time she says shut the fuck up, it reminds me of Big Red. Let's give some people time to respond and not interrupt every one sentence. Can I get some 14s in the chat? I really tried. It was very hard to control her, but she ended up, okay. Andrew Wilson, $5. I need JF to soothe my ears after the fag and the hag. Press 1 for JF to sing. Everyone wants you to. You have to make an album, JF. He already sang, so just leave
I do sing a lot on my stream, so come follow my stream account, and I sing almost every day.
Yeah. Joshua Bose, $10. So glad to hear that. And see that Jay Sparkles and Warski on Warski World. Andy Joy get a half. Morty Snowball, $5. Wrong. Gareth Green, $10. Coda and Emma really got a bad hand in the parental department, didn't they? Can they give themselves up for adoption or something? Is there anyone in their lives who isn't out to exploit them? Annika O'Brien, what's going on, Annika? $20. I'm putting Andy and JF in my will. My children don't need college anyway. That's what we like to hear. Fuck your kids.
The only thing I wish is that they were my children.
Oh, yeah, and I want to see them tits. That's all I want. Producer Chris, 20. Let's talk about a lot of tits in this fucking episode. Sorry about that, Jeff. Producer Chris, $20. Worst guess ever. Annoying voices. Hi, Bat is in the barbell. You know what's cool? Even if people hate our show, they still throw us money. So we don't have to really think about who we have on. Diamond News, $2, 1 hour and 30 minutes, and still no tits. Also, bring on Jim. I know. It was terrible. Coke Guy Alt number 2, $5. Oh wow, I'm not being banned on this account. She V is fierce tonight. I unbanned you from all 5 of your accounts, dude. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2. Firebird we for the culture, $5. We need to rebuild the Coliseum to have autists do IRL blood sports over faggoty shit that happens in DMs. Logical, $5. Bring on Nicholas Cruz. Chris Tallis, $5. Base Mama and Rose are scammers. How much did Rose take from the GFM? How much money did Base Mama bound with the Kilroy debacle? Andrew Wilson, $5. Trending number 6 live. Number 1, LOL Esports. Number 2, Ice Poseidon. Number 3, Axery. 4, lo-fi hip-hop beats, which is one of my favorite fucking live streams to just chill and hear music while I draw. Number 5, okay, thank you very much. Press 1 to make JF smile. Andrew M, $2. This soy goblin is a real psychopath. Logical, $2. Nick must be sacrificed for the blood gods. Gareth Green, $10. Keemstar, why do you assume that the male in the household should be the breadwinner? And why did you only care about Daddy 05 when the girl was injured? I think a lot of women would be fine with the man bringing home some money. Imagine handing your chick $100 and she's like, fuck you, I want quality. Oh God. Super go to... Why I give you money? You're gonna drive me to work? What? Oh my! I can figure my shit out. Oh
my god!
Not all women.
That is not charming at all.
Yeah. Super God of Sats $2. Nick sounds like his ball hasn't dropped. God, you're being a little. I felt sorry for the guy, man. I wanted to pet him. Gabriel Lopez 10R. To all of you calling her female V or she V, FU, our Jippo King is an adorable figure we love to hate and far from being this insufferable psycho nut.
I agree with the description of V as an adorable figure we love to hate. The Disky Fringo, $5 US. This stream makes me want to shoot up Bleach. Andrew M, $2 US. Ask Keemstar about the JQ. Gunrunner, $5 Australian. Bleach is mostly water. We're mostly water, so we are Bleach. False equivalence. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $5 US. Every mighty kingdom in history understood there must be offerings of blood. Alec the Bunny, £5. Knock knock, who's there? Uri, ooh, Uri gay.
Oh,
Then
so you are Yuri gay?
Yuri. Who's Yuri?
I don't know, but Yuri gay? Like you're gay?
You are gay? Yeah, something like
that. That's a fucking good one. That's a fucking good one, Alex.
That was good. That was fun.
That's so good, man. Keep it up.
Dennis P, $10 US. The extra spoon swats people, tells people to call Joy's boyfriend at his job truth. Gabriel Lopez, $50. Blood ranking number 1, Rouge number 2, Nick Fuentes number 3, and Venti.
I read that, but mad respects.
Why did you not include that of today? You didn't like it? Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2 US. Are wizards still incels? Andrew Wilson, $10 Australian. Andy hires Asians. I want my money back. Press 1 for Andy to give super chats back to workers who lost their job.
Nope.
Lurker, $5 US. Why is Nick such a sped? Lol.
Andrew Wilson, $5. Press 1 to fire the Asian. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2. Say it with your chest, lil nibba. Monsieur Wastley, $2. Joy Sparkle being the center of attention as usual. JF, $20. I read that. Thank you very much. Gareth Green, $5. Family members trying to get her committed, just concerned for her well-being. I am sure she's right. They are toxic. JF, $20. MD here. I read that one. Thank you very much, JF. That's gonna fuck up people. Just hearing this. Sneaky Pete, £10. Blood for the blood god. Also shout out to Tommy C. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $5. Nick, there's no coming back from this. Nick, an ancient calling for blood is screaming out from the infinite void. Ree! Andrew Wilson, $5. Nibbas, we off to 100 for being in the top number 5 live stream. Link your mates ASAP. Jonas Traber, $5. Is it just me, or does Joy's voice sound like Princess Caroline from BoJack Horseman? Gareth Green, $5. What's with all the discriminatory comments against wizards? Because if you are a real wizard, you're crazy.
It's true that we were kind of rude on the wizards today.
Yeah, fuck wizards, dumbass bitches. This is what I think about wizards. The cunts. Logical conclusion. Tolerance. $5. Nikki's entering the altar. Blood for the heresy of wizardry. Take my money, Andy. I don't need it. Fire. Blood. Fiery. Started quiet. $5. Joy Sparkler. Oh, that's like an Asian voice. A crazy lady, clean all surfaces, washi straight, jackado, very well. Jet Li for life, 51.64. $2. Who's Nick Monroe? JF, $5. Real talk though. Joy does appear to be pretty borderline personality disorder. There's a strong link between that stuff and hard to define diagnosis. I don't want to adult anymore. $10. Neutral, but Joy's right. Fibro is an Umber term. Fibro. As a fucking baby, my parents told me I would cry if they rubbed my back. My arms burned from sleep sometimes. I was diagnosed by a neuro. Fodicom, $5. Andy, we are neo-ludid liberists. What's that?
Ludite.
A Ludite?
Liberalist.
Oh, what's that?
Liberalist.
Oh, yeah. And we want to debate you? Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Check your emails, buddy, Discord.
And by the way, the people I ended up inviting on my stream, I also told them that we could do a true Warski live debate. That it was just preparation on my stream.
And by the way, yeah. So Tuesday, JF, the reason I set that one up with the anti-blood sports is because you said last week you've never seen me in a debate yet.
Yeah.
So this is my first verse
I
on the
throw
official.
You into the cage.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm gonna buy props.
Oh.
I'm gonna buy fake.
That would be innovative. Yeah, I really love the idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Just like Nick with his knife. That was evolution.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
That was a special moment in Bloodsport history.
In fact, that's how America's like one of his first clips he uses. You have to, everyone go watch Mr. Medicare's video on blood sports. I agree completely. We have a lot of fun doing this. So yeah, email me, Fodicom, please. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2. Press 1 for live human sacrifice. Monsieur Wasty, $2. Joy Sparkle is just attention seeking a lol cow. Do you want to read on for a little bit?
Digital Dreams, £5. How does Sargon fit into all of this? I don't think he does. Sneaky Pete, £10. Keems blocked Tommy like 10 times already. The gnome isn't exactly stable. Lol. Andrew Wilson, $10 Australian. Ghetto, I know this has been obscure and slightly off track, but this is like a bunch of bullies picking on a retarded woman. You wouldn't allow it in the street. Here, Race Wars, he did it first. These guys are like the fans of a gladiator match, and they're like, go ahead, kill him. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $2 US. Justice results in blood. Andrew Wilson, $2 Australian. Jeff, make your final verdict on final justice. I did it at the end. The Guardian, $2 US. Check your DMs, Andy.
I did.
I don't care about this guy.
He wanted on, but we were too full.
Yeah, Max Friends, £2. Roll call, Wizards, please respond. Logical conclusion of tolerance, $5 US. JF has declared judgment. Wizard heretic Nick is slated for blood sacrifice. I really love the blood memes that are developing tonight. American Gadfly, $2 US. Base Mama should be driven from the internet. Eric Hammer, $5 US. I don't know if Nick is anything like me, but a good ass fuck is always the perfect thing at the end of the day. Joke though. And we have a $50 US super chat that just arrived. Camera Sports says, can you get Geo Striber to debate a flat earther? He's like the German JF. If he's the German JF, I want to meet him.
Yeah. I would love to have a flat earther on the show. Calling all flat earthers. Here, I'll read it a little bit right there. Stephen Black. Thank you very much, by the way. Who was that? Who just donated $50?
$50 was from Camera Sport.
Massive, man, guys. Thank you so much. Stephen Blackman, $2. Ramon from Kiss. Yeah, I know it's an O&A reference. Bog20MX. When is the best Monsu debate going to be? I'm not sure what that is. Solvis, $2. Kick V. The Wolverine X74 $5. Andy, here's $5. Go get some tissues. Sponge, €5. Boogie died. Oh, yeah, I know. I heard earlier that he passed away. So, everyone, it's very sad that Boogie, like, it hurts. It hurts to hear he passed away. So, this one was for Boogie. Dangerous Smog, $2. Give me a wrench, baby. Also, bing, bing, woohoo, yippee. I'm going to need to see you in the chat for about 2 or 3 episodes before I trust you. Gareth Green, but I will remember you for now. All right. Gareth Green, $5. Wait, Andy was still friends with Repsion after he defamed Joy. Yeah, but I didn't see his Joy video at all. And then when I heard everything, I stopped being his friend. So, Gareth, why are you looking so deep into this, God? And I'm not friends with. I was never friends with Repsion. I didn't call him like from the bathtub with bubbles and go, "Hey, Repsion."
I remember he was on when I was co-host or when I was becoming co-host, and he was getting blood sported by Geekthulhu, I believe, right here.
Yeah, and that's when he unfollowed me right after. Nikki Poticock, fucking yeah, Cox. $2. Joy is doing blood sports to refill her Patreon, and to stop the doxing and harassing and death threats. Nikki. Jessica Ustes, $5. Have to admit, Joy spills blood like a xenomorph. Also, this is money to pronounce my tag right. Yanog. I would say Ustas. It's Eustace. Sorry. Love you, Andy. Thank you very much. Eustace. All right. Thanks, Ustas. Zach Longby, $5.
Yeah, you did it correct, and then you said thanks, Eustace. Yeah, and it was not okay.
I will never say her name right ever again. Zach Longby, $5. The Joy Redemption saga is finally over. It is. Been 6 months. She totally won me over. Fuck Base Mama. Nick is a cuck. But goddamn, Base Mama's tits though. How we felt her puss. $2. Mosques, flat in the sky. Remove kebab. Duck Goose, $5. Wow, what a boring episode. I was so bored. Jesus Christ. Please refund my $5. Donate another $5 and I send you back this $5. All right, Duck. Code Guy Alt 2, $5. Everyone needs to tweet at Stefan Monu that Adam Adolf debate my ass or get the gas. Ray Zaworski wants him on. Tell him as well that he doesn't want to be the next Hasbro. I hope he likes his house. Told McKinley, $2. Here's money. Buy yourself a house like an adult. Camera Sport. Yeah, thank you for $50. We did read that. Appreciate that. Circuit Quiet, $10. Milk this period of time for all it's worth, Andy, my dude. Once JF and I establish fasci libertarian order, psychos, queers, and all quasi-crazies will swiftly be destroyed by eugenic capitalism. Jesus. Interesting hero, $5. The Virgins, Fear Cucks versus the Chad Flat Earthers. Make it happen, Adam. And we'll definitely want to set that up. Again, we got... why is my camera on right now? There it is. Again, we got Tuesday, I think, 7 p.m. I said?
Yeah, I have to watch back the schedule, but we'll be tweeting about it. It will be big this week, guys. Get prepared.
So, yeah, Tuesday is an anti-blood sports stream. Me debating people who hate blood sports, so that should be a lot of fun. And then Thursday, I think I said 6:30 or 7 o'clock. I will tweet out the schedule. Don't you worry. Follow me at Andy Warski on Twitter, and that's JF and Richard Spencer versus V and Arch. That's going to be a huge one. And we also got one, I believe, on Saturday, and that's the autism stream.
Oh yeah,
and not this like literal autism. We're talking like actual.
We're literally gonna talk about autism.
And also, I was just informed. Apparently, we have a round 2 of Halsey and Enoch.
I don't know if they accepted, but they were clearly working on
Tuesday.
These guys, man. They keep blood sporting in the Twitter DMs.
Yeah. So,
if you guys think that they only blood sport here, these guys are yelling at each other in the Twitter DMs too, and they're playing games already.
They said for February, the 27th, so Tuesday of next week, So we have 1 day off in between each show. That's why I changed the schedule to stretch out so it wouldn't be like show and then no show and then so people can have time to chill. And also, as per recommendations from people, Baked Alaska and I have been texting each other and trying to not stream on the same days. So the days that we're not streaming, Baked Alaska actually has streams, and we're gonna make sure we keep. We're gonna try our best. It's obviously inevitable that eventually we might overlap. If it does, that's just gonna have to happen. And real fast, Sneaky Pete threw £5 tonight. We had tits, whining, and most importantly, blood. And Aaron Quinn, €5.
Was there tits?
I was just talking about tits a lot, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Quinn, €5. JF, say this, the end.
The end.
And logical conclusion of tolerance through another 2 US Jay Dyer fans want him to debate the non-believers. I got Chris in touch with Jay to plan that. Hit like if you enjoyed the show. Thank you for everyone for supporting. And that was a great fucking time. We love you all, and we'll see you all on the next Wolski Live.
Bye.
Peace. Whoa, I fucked up. I fucked up. Hang on. There's the button. Whoops.